Good evening and welcome to Art Bernardi Stadium here in Butler, Pennsylvania, where the Shaler area Titans take on the Butler Golden Tornadoes. Hi everybody, I'm John Irwin alongside Joey Miller here for your SATV broadcast of tonight's game, where again the Titans take on the Tornadoes. And I almost wanted to say whipule action here for week 0, Joey, but it's not the whipule anymore. Can you tell me a little bit why?
Yeah, no, Butler actually moved out of the whipule and now they're playing in District 10 football.
Yeah, they went independent. They played a lot of, they played Erie McDowell, Latrobe. They played a lot of those games. They went independent, I believe 2020. They went 0-20 over the 2018-19 season. So they're independent, dropped out of 6A whipule, but Shaler stays in the 5A whipule. But tonight, it's a great night for some football, great atmosphere, great fans. It's veteran night here at Art Bernardi. So tell me a little bit more about the game, less about the weather. Tell me what's up.
You know, Shaler's coming back off of a pretty great start last year and then disappointing losses at the end of the year and then missing playoffs. They have returning juniors, Keegan Smetanka, who threw over 1,500 yards last year, and Joey DeSabato, who caught 6 touchdowns last year. And at running back, they have senior Luke Signetti, which will be a big threat for them.
Yeah, Luke Signetti was a guy last year who, under, I guess, the wings of Josh Miller per se, he looked to have a great season, but I think he had it was either an Achilles ankle injury towards the middle of the season. That's where Josh Miller last year had a lot of responsibility, and some would say that's maybe why their offense fell out. But Signetti's back, and like you said, guys like Smetanka, DeSabato, Brandon London, they have to step up now. They are the technical guys with experience on varsity. Those are the guys that really have to make something happen. And like you said, yeah, they have the yards, they have the numbers, but it doesn't come with the weaknesses. What's something that they need to improve in this week from last year?
You know, for Shaler, they need to get stops on defense. That's going to be the key to tonight. And they also need to stop making mistakes on offense to be good.
Yeah, definitely. I think mistakes last year was something that they gave up a lot of mistakes and other teams capitalized, and they couldn't capitalize off of other mistakes. It's something that they need to fix for sure, but let's talk a little bit more about Butler, where we're at, Art Bernardi, of course. Let's talk a little about them. Who are some guys tonight that you see for Butler making a big difference?
Max Schrute, their quarterback, I see he's pretty good. He threw for over 100. He threw for 1,500 yards last year. And their wide receiver, Little John, who caught 10 TDs and should be good.
Yeah, I think Butler's looking very nice again. Last year they went 5-4, went all the way to the District 10 6A playoffs, lost to McDowell 40-21 in the championship game. But this year, like their coach said, they're looking to make a big statement. They're looking to go above 500, make playoffs, make something happen this year. They're on their comeback year per se. Not as bad as Shaler's comeback needs to be, though. What are we looking for tonight? What do you see how this play out? How does Butler prepare for Shaler? How does Shaler prepare for Butler?
Butler needs to capitalize on Shaler's mistakes on offense, and they also just need to make stops as well. So that should be a really good game.
Yeah, I expect it to be a very nice game. Again, great atmosphere, week 0. Joey, thank you for being here so much. We thank you all for watching. As we go into game time, we'll see you up in the booth. And we welcome you back up to the booth for coverage of tonight's game here at Art Bernardi Stadium, where the Titans take on the Tornadoes. Here for the coin flip right now is Augie Tortorella and Keegan Smetanka go out to the field for the Titans. And a slight apology for the rest of the game. The numbers for Butler are a bit hard to read, I would say, Joey.
Yeah, with those sweet camo uniforms.
Very nice, but you know, the number is a little bit hard to read. Hoping the lights can help us later on in the night. But what a beautiful atmosphere. Teams came out, cheers. That roar from Butler was absolutely phenomenal for week 0. I think we're gonna have a good game here.
Yeah, it's a perfect night for football. It's getting a little crispy in the air. It's a nice little breeze.
It is a nice. It's a nice breeze. I think the rain has overpassed. No thunderstorm, I think, for the rest of the night. Shaler has won the toss. Butler will receive. Official. All right. So the official underway. We will go under with Shaler kicking off. Butler receiving. Riley Douglas will take off the kick. Will kick off for Shaler. So Joey, real quick to recap from the pregame. What does Shaler need to do as we head into the first quarter here? What do they really need to start off strong with?
They need to start off and get a stop from Butler. They need to get their offense on the field, and they need to make their offense not make mistakes.
Yeah, they definitely got to get them started here. And for Butler, I think we talked a little bit earlier, they need to capitalize and make Shaler make mistakes. I think it goes both ways here. Shaler can't make mistakes, and Butler needs to capitalize. Both ways here. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm excited. Butler's fans are rowdy as always, and Shaler's here to play. And we're here. We have week 0 right under our feet here. Back for Butler is Dave Graff and Landon Lacey back to receive the kicks. Graff on your right, Lacey on your left. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Week 0, right under our feet. Douglas. Back at his 31. What a night for football. Gonna fix the pylon here, I believe. Thought we were ready for the kick. I think we're waiting for the bands to settle. All right, head referee moves back. We get the whistle. We're ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Fasten your seatbelts. The whip wheel is right under your feet. Here we go, Douglas back. Lacey, Graff ready for the kick. We are underway here at Art Bernardi Stadium. Lacey back to receive, and it will be a touchback for Butler. They'll start at their 25-yard line. So again, we start. Shaler's defense takes the field, and that strong Butler offense returning with their experience takes the field as well. I can't lie to you, Joey. My heart's racing a little bit. It's weird to say for a week 0 game that I'm this anxious and pumped up. I think these two teams have a very nice history and a rivalry here that we haven't seen for the last 7 years.
Yeah, this is going to be a very exciting game.
All right, Max Schur back for Butler, their seasoned vet quarterback, threw 1,500 yards last year, 11 TDs, I believe. He steps back, doesn't get the false start, looks across the field, but almost intercepted by Joey DiSabato. Oh my goodness, what a start that could have been for the Titans.
Yeah, Joey DiSabato just picking up defense this year.
Yeah, he did just pick it up. And one thing, do you think that'll affect him on both sides of the ball? Does he have the stamina to play both sides of offense as a main wide receiver and now a main cornerback slot defender here?
Yeah, I think he does because he plays basketball as well, so his stamina is pretty good.
And no jump from the, we will have a flag. I think it'll go, I think it's on Butler here. And it will. We have false start on Butler. We're going to move him back here. Wow, what a start. An almost interception, Joey, and now a flag. Butler, in 5 seconds, has a lot of work to do already on 2nd and 15.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd and 15.
I don't actually believe that's Schnur. I believe that's Noah Ritchie now under the pocket. He's going to hand it off. And Dawson, I believe, looks for the outside edge. Going to get dragged. Bunch of Titans by the side, and they're going to push him out. And that was Deshaun Cox. He'll probably get about 2 to 3 yards, but about 5 to 6 Titans didn't let him get any more than that.
That was a big stop by the Shaler defense, not letting him get that extra yard.
All right, so Butler, 3rd and 10, gained 5. That is Ritchie, I believe. He stands under. He's going to roll to his right, chase down by, and it's going to be, massive hit, but he will be down. Pierce off the edge was chasing Ritchie.
I believe that was Tristan Holland on the tackle.
I think it was too, and Graff there with the completion. Graff, one of the main targets probably for Ritchie tonight.
Gain of 6 yards. 4th and 9.
So it'll be 4th and 9 here, I believe. Yeah, we're going to have a 4th and 9, excuse me. The Archers were on from last. So back to receive is Joey DiSabato. You think he's got the moves here in his first receive here? Oh, over his head. It's going to go into the end zone, and that's going to fall back for a safety. Wow. I can't believe it. What a turn of events for the Titans.
That's a great start for the Shaler area Titans.
I mean, I can't. Wow. I'm almost at a loss for words. I didn't expect Butler to come nearly as bad at the start as that first drive there, right over the punter's head. Joey DiSabato has nothing to do now except go back to his own end zone and now take this kickoff. And Shaler's offense gets back on the field in a minute, up 2-0.
It's a great start. By them getting the stop, they forced Butler to make a mistake.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. Shaler needs to start making other teams make mistakes, and Butler can't let that happen. It needs to be opposite. But right now, Shaler's got momentum. They've got the crowd going. And look in their offense, too. What do you see Keegan Schmatenka going for here?
I can see him going deep, you know. He got Jose, and as a wide receiver, he's pretty good. And he also has Caden Orga there.
Yeah, Caden Orga, almost an unsung hero of last year's team. I think he only reigns in at about, 5'9", I believe. Very, I would say undersized is the correct term for a wide receiver, at least in the WPIAL starters. So, yeah, it will, I believe, be Orga and DiSabato.
93, Matt Chinetti on the kick.
So it will be Orga and DiSabato. So now Butler at their 20. Kicking this one off. And Butler kicks it away, looking for, it looked almost like a squib. They're going to let it bounce. Orga picks it up at his own 30. He's going to look left. He's going to go to the middle, trying to cut outside. Gets a lane. He's got an open hole. He got to get past the kicker. He gets past the kicker. He's at the 30. He's at the 20, the 15, and tracked down to the 12-yard line. What a take by Caden Orga. And the Titan crowd can't believe it. They're on their feet. What a start by the Shaler area Titans.
This is great.
Oh my goodness, what a take back by Caden Orga. Last year he struggled a little bit on getting those spirals and those grounders on the field. Oh, but hold up, Joey. There is a flag on the field at around the the Butler 48. I think we're gonna have a holding on Shaler. We're gonna have a holding on Shaler, so that'll bring it back. But wow, what a start by the Titans. It couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah, this is when he came back, but they're still in great field position.
No, yeah, they will be at around, I believe, their 30. Oh, no, sorry, they'll be at their 41-yard line. So a great start here by the Titans. I can't believe I can't even speak right now, Joey. This is an unbelievable start by the Titans. So Schmatenka lines up in shotgun. Signetti to his left. Takes the snap, hands off Signetti. He's going to look off to the right side. Cuts inside, gets it up. He's now got the silent. He's at the 40, and look at the speed. He could go to the 10, the 5. Does he stay in? Out of bounds at the 5. Oh my goodness, Joey Miller. What just happened? Signetti almost takes it to the house in the second play.
Wow, what a great run there, breaking out to the edge. Almost got in the end zone.
What a great burst of speed by Signetti there. And we talked about earlier, he was the guy under the wings of Josh Miller. He has to carry on the running back legacy by Josh Miller, Jake Miller, guys like those. That's who he's taking over. And he's just doing it right now. So now Shaler at the 5. Same formation, Oregon, DiSabato out wide. Takes the snap, hands off to Signetti. He's going to look to the same side, but won't get it. Wrapped up by around 3 tornadoes there. So you're looking at about a 2nd and 5 here. So again, let's talk about that start real quick for this next step. I mean, the gap there by the O-line, we talked about the O-line issues before. Is Shaler going to step up here and make this touchdown conversion?
I mean, after that play, it looks pretty good. I'm liking this game.
They look very clean right now. It's something that Shaler needs to fix up. They've needed to fix up for years, playing cleaner. And again, same formation. We have Schmatenka on the left. He looks across above Orga's head, looking for a flag. Will not get it. Just off the fingertips of Orga's hands. So we're going to have the same formation again by the Titans. This offense, runs doubles out to the left. So what do you hear if you're Shaler? Do you go for a pass on 3rd and 5, or do you give it back to Signetti and let him punch this in for the touchdown?
I'm going with Keegan in the to throw to Joey DiSabato in the end zone.
That's a great connection that worked out very well last year. So see, same formation. Augie Tortorella, though, out to the right behind Brandon London. Maybe, yep, see him come in motion. He's going to come across. DiSabato looks left, up in the air. Oh, but falls down and over his head. An ambitious throw by Schmatenka. So we're looking at a fourth and 6 now. And I think Shaler's going to go for it. Again, Shaler, not that much of a kicking team as of the last couple of years. Let's see. Tortorella will sub out here. TJ Bells will go in. Again, it's Butler.
That's a great guy to sub in right now with the tall wide receiver.
Yeah, good point. I was going to say, he's a tall wide receiver, 6'2". So can they hold? He winds up out right now. Spreads out the Butler defense. Oh, it's a fumbled snap. He has to hold on to it, but it falls. And Butler picks it up at the 15. An unfortunate snap there by the Titans. Either way, if they didn't convert, Butler would have got the ball first down, but it just gives them better field position, and you can't come up with a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a disappointing mistake that they need to stop making as their offense.
Yeah, pretty sloppy start for Butler, and now Shaler in their end of the first drive, sloppy. When they started off so well, we just talked about mistakes.
Yeah.
So now Butler with the ball at their own 15. Ritchie under center. Man in motion, that's Graff. He's going to pitch it off. He's got the outside edge. Can he get to the sideline? He gets to around the 18, and he'll be stopped short.
That was a good job by Shaler's defense being able to contain him.
Yeah, Landon Lacey again, trying to get that outside edge. And those two names, Graff and Lacey and Cox, those are the three guys I think we're going to hear from. It's almost like the big triforce there of also when you have DiSabato, Orga, and Signetti. I think those are the three guys that Butler has that they're really going to look for. So let's see. Again, under center. A lot of under center plays for Ritchie, not in the shotgun. I think they're trying to keep their center at bay. Cox in motion. They pitch it off. Does he get to the corner? He makes a cut. He's inside. He goes for the other side corner. He's down the middle. He has an open lane. One defender to beat it. Orga. Can he get there? He has to get to the edge. Cox going. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown, Tornadoes. What a run by Deshaun Cox, and the Tornadoes respond in an instant.
That's a great job by Butler, really executing their off Shaler's mistakes on offense.
Wow, I cannot believe the game we were having in the first 3.5 minutes of the game, 3 or 4 minutes of this game. Butler responds after having a horrible first drive start immediately with what I believe was about an 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, both these offenses have had really big plays.
Yeah, they've started off very well. So now Butler looking to make this a 5-point lead, and it's through with ease. So now Shaler gets the ball back with 8:55 remaining. So in years past, Jim Ryan is a man of wasting time on the clock and making sure that the opposing team does not have a lot of time with their drives. Can we see Shaler either continue what they did last drive, which is run fast and finish this drive, or are they going to let it kind of drag out now and see how much time they can really waste and make Butler a little bit more tired?
I think they should just try to score. I mean, don't waste any time. They're going to keep scoring. Just keep scoring.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think Butler's the team that, you know, their head coach, he really wants this team to perform and succeed at such a high level, and I think that's where he's going to be one of those coaches where he says to himself, score, 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 win, 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 where, yeah, like you said, you have to combat that. You can't really just sit there and kind of lollygag. You got to finish the plays and score. So now again, Orga and DiSabato at their own 10. Butler will kick off from normal position now. Gianeski looks to kick from the 40. This is a big drive coming up here from Shaler. They need to convert here and put up some points. Good to go, says the head referee. So Gianneski will take the kick from his own 40. And look at how these Tornadoes line up. Almost in a track star stance.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Look almost like a sprinter ready to tackle. It's an interesting stance. I don't think I've ever really seen it before. And here they go. So Gianneski, nice boot. Going to go to Orga. Again, dangerous. Takes it at his own 3. So he's got to get some space. He's looking for something. Can't find a block. He's going to find the outside. Get your at that around his 22. Good field position for the Titans to a degree. So now what do the Titans need to do to really convert here, make something happen, and not let what happened last time?
I mean, they just need that big play, and they need to score on that big play and not have that tight area from the 5. It's probably going to be really hard to score from there.
Do you think that they get off to a hard start? Do you think they continue to have plays like Signetti had, or no?
I think they will. I think they'll keep having those plays all year.
Okay. I agree with that. If he can do it. So let's see. In the back shot. Throws it over to East Battle. Catches it high. Has to get something. Gets around 40 yards, maybe 3. So not a bad game by any means.
Yeah, I think Shaler will be doing that all night. Short little gains, but they'll get down there.
Yep, and now Nathan Razzo lining up next to Smetanka. So Sabato will come to the near sideline. They're going to push Bells out to the far. Orga in the slot. Smetanka takes off his first. Looks right. Has Orga. Gets to around the 27. We'll be at around a 3rd and 3, I believe, for the Titans. One of the big things in years past is Shaler has to convert on 3rd down. It was one of their biggest struggles as of 2 and 3 years ago. Do you think you see a difference here? Do they convert on this big 3rd down here?
Yeah, they're definitely going to convert here. With those short little gains, they should do another one right here and then get the first down.
Yeah, I agree. And again, an interesting strategy. Bring in Razzo now. Signetti on the bench. Probably taking a breather. Smetanka looks right, looks left. Has Bells. Is he there? He's got it. Oh, he drops it. He drops it at the 38. Oh, my goodness. Right in his arms, and it falls out. Would have been a completion of about, oh my goodness, 40 yards. So another unfortunate incompletion will lead to 4th down for the Titans. So again, Douglas now, punter and kicker. We have a flag now on the field. I'm not sure what the flag's on.
I think it might be a false start offense.
It almost didn't even look like anybody was set, though.
I don't know.
I'm a bit confused. Let's see. Are we lined up in the wrong spot? Excuse me, now the head referee will call. All right, so now Douglas at his own 6. This has to be a perfect snap. Gets it right on his foot, and he'll get the boot off. Very nice boot. Fair catch. It'll roll. What a nice roll. Now it'll get to around the 30. Great punt off by Douglas. Leaves Butler in good field position still, but it gives room for the Titans to get some work done on defense.
Yeah, they need to have another stop like they did the first drive. Force them to a safety again, maybe.
Yeah, it's tough. Those pitches of Butler have been really detrimental. Can you see them really closing off the outside gap here?
I mean, they closed it last time, but then he cut back to the middle, and he got that big play. So they need to just contain him and get him down. Yeah, containment is one of the biggest words we always use here on the defensive team, excuse me. So let's see, under center. Oh, we might have a timeout here. I think we have a water break here. TV timeout, excuse me. Oh, we do have official TV timeouts. So with 7:12 remaining in the first, it is 7-2. The Tornadoes lead the Titans. And we welcome you back to first quarter action here with 7:12. The Titans under a 5-point deficit here to the Tornadoes. So now the Tornadoes
First and 10 at the 30 for the Tornadoes. One man wide, two inside here for the Tornadoes as Richie lines under center again. Man in motion. He fakes the handoff, runs to his right, has room, actually nowhere to go, and tackled around the 33. Great throw, great way to scramble and get that ball off by Richie. Again, Landon Lacey, you're going to be hearing his name, I believe, all night tonight. Gain of 3. And it looks like both teams here, Joe, are taking a lot more time on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they've really both slowed down the game.
Exactly. It might be a plan for both teams here, but let's see. So now another man in motion. He will fake the handoff. No, he keeps it to his left. Richie cuts inside. Will not get dragged down by Sanders. Has to get to the edge. So now he drags and gets him down, but not before gaining a first down of around 8 to 10 yards.
That was a great read by the quarterback there.
Yeah, Richie being able to fake the handoff twice, scramble to his left, and get past Sanders, get the first down. Beautiful.
Also a great job by Luke Cianetti to be able to contain that and not let up that big play.
Yep, and Noah Richie really making his name here. It's now under center in the eye. It's not the eye. He's going to pitch it off. He's looking for the outside. Can he get to the sideline? He's going to get a block. And he's going to get to around the 48. Not sure if that'll be a first down. Oh, they're going to mark him at the 50. So 2nd and 2 or 3 coming here.
Ryan Barnhart on the tackle. Gain of 8. 2nd and 2, ball 6 yards.
It's now at the 50-yard line. Man in motion again. They're going to hand it off to him. He's going to look for the outside edge. He's going to get it. So now he's chasing, not able to get there. Does he get the outside edge? Holland chasing. He can't get there. And Cox in for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Unbelievable speed. And Deshaun Cox makes it happen again. And the Titans can't close the corner, Joey. Oh, my goodness. The Tornadoes are making a statement right now.
Yeah, that was just a great run.
An unbelievable read there again, and we just talked. You said it earlier, the containment by the Titans.
Yeah, they didn't do it at all there. I mean, they got to stop the run game, and then they got to make them throw, and then they're going to make mistakes.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Richie's arm at all. They've been an all-running team. That's been Shaler's big problem the last couple of years. They can't stop the run. It needs to happen for the Titans. But Gianeski now for the kick. He'll put it up, and he'll put it through. So that puts the Tornadoes up by 12 with 6 minutes remaining in the first. So now, Joey, what we thought was an emphatic start to the Titans' season in general on that first drive and the safety has now completely flipped script, and now all of the momentum, I may say, is in Butler's favor.
Yeah, after that safety, you would not have expected the Titans to be down 12.
No, I wouldn't have. If you honestly have said, hey, I expect 14-12 here in the next 3 minutes, I would have told you I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I don't. And again, it's really just the run game of Butler is so strong, and that's what Butler, again, that's what they said in the pregame was they're gritty, they work hard, you know, it's that nitty-gritty down to work. That's what they're about here at Butler, and they're really showing it against the Titans. So Deshaun Cox, after that touchdown, will have 128 rushing yards in 6 minutes of play and 2 touchdowns.
I think you can expect a lot more out of him.
Yeah, again, and you still have guys like Graff and Lacey who are really making work out of the Titans. So now Jim Ryan and the Titans really need somebody to step up here, really say to themselves, hey, we need to butt heads and say, we can't let this happen 6 minutes into our season.
Yeah, like I said, they just need to stop the run game, and then they got to make them pass and make mistakes.
Yeah, you got to focus on one part at a time. And right now, like you said, they got to focus on the run game, stop the outside edge. So now Gianeski back. And again, Orga, and DiSabato. Gives the signal. And he's up, and he's put it almost in between, but Orga again now takes it at his 2. Great kick by Gianneski. Now Orga, room to work, has to cut back left, trying to find an open hole, and he'll get to the 27-yard line, it looks like. Not a bad gain, a return of about 25 yards there for Orga. And Orga's doing a great job getting the Titans in field position. I think that's one thing he's done very well so far this game. So what do you want to see different here about the Titans offense here, Joey? What's something they can improve upon?
I mean, they need to go back to the run game. Like the first play was perfect. They got a big gain, and now they're throwing it, and now they're not getting any gains.
I completely agree, and Signetti is back in, so that run game might happen as he gets the lane up top, spins around, and gets to the... They're going to mark him at the 40. And like you just said, they put Signetti back in, they give him a drive off, he's back in, and an immediate first down and 10 yards there for Luke Signetti. They're going to move the sticks.
I think Luke Signetti's past injuries are coming back to him, looking on at the sidelines with his ankles.
And it's not, you were right, I didn't even notice him come off, so Rozo back in. Not a good look for the Titans at all. Senior Signetti out, so they give it off to Rozo. He's going to get stuffed around the 41, maybe gets a gain of 2. It's not a great look now. Signetti on the sidelines, head down. So Bells will come on. Excuse me, Bellis will come on. Tortorella will come off. So now with one of your experienced senior leaders on the sideline, Joey, what do you look for here for the Titans offense?
And you got to go back to the pass game because Rozo doesn't have that experience as Signetti in varsity, so he's not going to be able to read the defense that well and not get that big gain. Yeah,
and you just said it. They go trips out to the left here. Shotgun snap, looks right, has DiSabato over his head, and caught. Did he hold on to it? They're going to say out of bounds at around what looks to be the 30. They said out of bounds. It looked like he got a foot in.
He might have even got a 2 in there.
The only thing I can say there is that he most likely did not have control of the ball as he went on the bounds. Most likely dropped it as he fell. Richie there on defense. What a throw, though, and almost what a great haul from what it seemed immediately.
Yeah, well, we saw that all last year with Joey DiSabato with those big catches.
Yeah, he definitely is one of the guys to look out for. And again, injuries too to him last year. I think he came with a concussion last year against Kiski.
Yeah, those last 4 games, he went down pretty hard.
He did. So now trips again. Does he look right? No, he has time in the pocket. Looks across, gets Orga, he cuts left, has the sideline. Can he get there? He's at the 40, he's at the 30, and dragged out of bounds at the 28. Wow, what a first down. What patience by Smetanka, and even greater route running by Orga to get another gain of 30.
Yeah, well, that was a great route. Noticing the outside was open, so he took it. And with that speed of
Orga is definitely a killer. Last year, he had the vertical, he had the hands, but I didn't feel like he had this much speed now.
Yeah.
Now he has it.
Definitely
I think he's got the full package. And again, great awareness and patience by Smetanka. He's able to stay in his pocket now and really read the defense. So Signetti back in the game here, Joey. So we're gonna go 2 out left. Go shotgun, give it to Signetti, fake the hand, he's got open lane. I was gonna say fake the throw, but he's gonna get to another first down. Yeah, we're gonna move the sticks again. And again, it's the yards after. The yards after he's touched. Every time Signetti, he's getting at least 2 to 3. Every single time a defender touches him, he's getting at least 3 more yards.
Yeah, he's capable of those big plays. He just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, it's a definite big thing for Shaler if they want to stay in this game. Same lineup here. Tortorella on your near side. We are going to have a flag. Let's see who it's on. I think we're going to have it on Shaler. False start here. We're going to move him back 5. We are. We're going to move him back. So it's going to be, I believe, a 1st and 15. So 1st and 15. Joey, do you go to the pass game here and go look at DiSabato maybe, or do you stick with Signetti and see if he can make up some groundwork here, even if you know he's on his bad ankle?
I think you go with Signetti again. Try to get that first, get it closer, and then you punch it in with Signetti again.
I like that. I like that play on the line. We may actually see it here, so let's see. Can't get him to jump. They fake the handoff. Schmattenka scrambles left, looking for something, anything, has to get it off, gets it off.
Oh, I think it's going to be a late hit.
And we're going to have a late hit, I believe, on Schmattenka. He looked it looked like a super late hit. He looked at least 2 feet out of bounds when he was taken out.
Incomplete pass. Flag on the play.
Let's see, are they picking it up? Going to call the near sideline referee over. But again, real quick, Schmattenka has had a lot of time in the pocket so far, but with him scrambling, is the O-line of Shaler getting too tired right now?
I think they might be. I think this might be a long game for them, and they need to readjust and get better.
Yeah, and you just said they need to readjust. They just sent in another offensive lineman here. I believe they pulled somebody off. Number 60 goes in for the Titans. That's Ben Yeckel. So he's in there now.
He's a freshman, too.
He is. He's going to get
really
some time now, get some experience in his belt. And, yeah, we are going to move. And, excuse me, we have defensive holding is the call. So it must have been somebody out wide, I believe, maybe on a DiSabato then. So 1st and 10 on the Tornado 11, said by the announcer. So, again, same lineup. DiSabato wide, Orga in the slot, Tortorella on the inside off the O-line. Signetti to the left of Schmattenka. 3:30 on the clock. Does Shaler have it in him to put up points on the board? Can't get him the jump. Inside blitz, but he cuts inside. Signetti looking for room, and he gets to around the 3 or 4 yard line. And again, a great take by Signetti. He's got that yards after the touch.
Yeah, they got to just punch it in with him again.
Yeah, I think you're right. They're gonna go hurry up. Can they get the snap off?
It looks open.
And no, but now they're a little bit mismatched. Here we go. Signetti looks for it, cuts inside, stopped after about a gain of 1. So they tried to go hurry up and get that penalty called for too many men on the field. Couldn't get it off. So now under 3 minutes. Loss of 1 yard. So a 2nd and 4. Are you looking for Signetti here again, Joey?
I think they could go with the same play again. They just need to punch through.
Yeah, I think, though, maybe you try and punch it in. Orga coming across. So let's see what they do. They have DiSabato way off to the sideline. Let's see. And they do look that way. Again, Orga right there, wide open. Touchdown, Titans! Caden Orga, the connection from Keegan Schmattenka, and a beautiful fadeaway and points by the Titans. That'll put them at 8. If they can make the PAT, that'll be 9. And a great play and a great drive. It's a beautiful bounce back drive for the Titans.
Yeah, I'd say they caught Butler off guard there. They were definitely expecting the run.
Now after that touchdown by Orga, Douglas looks to put low snap. Oh, he has to run. Can somebody get open? Won't get. Still on his feet. Oh my goodness. And a low snap, could not handle it. Tackled at the 20. So no extra point there. Joe Rispoli trying to make something happen. Not a bad job though to stay on his feet after that first tackle attempt.
Yeah, I definitely thought he was going to pull something off there.
I thought maybe he might be able to get it off. But again, so that'll put Shaler at 8. It would have liked to see a 9 there for the Titans. So now with 2:33 remaining, it is 14-8. Tornadoes lead the Titans. And welcome back as we welcome you back in general, Joey. So great drive there by the Titans. They'll come back, put 6 on the board, couldn't make the PAT. So now, Joey, if you're Butler, how do you respond? Do you keep doing what you're doing with the rush, or do you get Richie some throwing attempts? Because right now I believe he only has 1 attempt.
You know, I just keep sticking with the run game. It's working. the Shaler can't stop it, so just keep going with it.
Yeah, Deshaun Cox, in any other way other than monstrous, is absolutely tearing up the Titans' back defense right now. They can't stop him as of right now, especially on that pitch. So Douglas is going to boot this one off. High one. He's going to get to the 10. Might be Cox back there taking it. Looks to cut right. Cuts inside. Open gap. But stays on his feet and dragged down to around what looks like the 38. Again, great. Deshaun Cox is absolutely on another level right now for the Butler Tornadoes.
Yeah, he's really good at making that play extra, getting that extra yard.
Yeah, and again, not to compare the two, but I think Signetti and Cox there they do so well after getting, attempted to tackle. They do so well to get those extra yards. So let's see, Richie probably will be under center. Lacey in the back. At the 38, or 39, excuse me. Line's under center. Man in motion. We're going to have a flag. I believe we might have a legal motion here. Yeah, I think we will. Yeah, legal procedure, excuse me, not a legal motion. So that'll move them back to the 1st and 15 at the 34-yard line. The Tornadoes need something here to continue their dominance so far in this game. And Shaler's trying to slowly keep that door open to keep themselves in the game. Another man in motion. Richie steps back, look for a pass. Hartung chases, can't get there. Again, Hartung's there and brought down by a bunch of Titans. Hartung gets there. Wow. And he's clapping him up.
That was a great stop by Hartung, not letting him get that big play.
Yeah, and Hartung, he comes from a line of Hartungs, you know what I mean? And one thing about them is they worked very hard to play 200% every single time they were on the field. And right now, he's going to try and make a big difference here for this defense. Yeah, senior, 5'10", should be 285. So now man in motion, you're going to pitch it off. He's going to get the outside edge. Can he get there? Blown up by Signetti towards the sideline. What a hit by Luke Signetti. Dubiak with the carry.
It was a great job by Luke Signetti to contain him.
Yeah, 33 on 33. That's one of those ones you kind of put on the highlight reel if you're either of those guys. So it'll be a 3rd and 6. I thought we said 1st and 6. 3rd and 6. So let's see. Looking for a pitch here most likely is what Butler's plan is. Just worked for them again. Can't get them to jump across their neutral zone. Play clock at 10. We're counting under. I think we're going to look for a timeout for Butler. Richie looking for one. And they're going to let this clock wind down, and they are going to call a timeout. So Butler not going to get anything off now with 50 seconds left in the first. So what are we looking here? You have 50 seconds left in the first. If you're Butler, are you trying to score here in the next 50 seconds, or do you continue this drive into the second quarter, and do you tire Shaler out?
I think they're just going to take their time, slow down the game, let their guys rest up, take it easy.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it before where this rushing of the Butler, it's going to tire their guys out. If you run around the whole time, you're going to be tired come the 3rd and 4th quarter. Richie has not had a single throwing attempt.
Yeah, I think them slowing the game down is also big for Shaler because they have multiple guys playing double-sided.
True, the depth here for Shaler has looked a lot cleaner, but Butler, in my opinion, has played a lot cleaner.
Yes, they have.
And I think those misdirections are really causing a problem for Shaler. So if you're Shaler, how do you stop Butler? What are you looking for here? Do you just say to yourself, well, find number 2 and lock him down?
Definitely. After how dominant he's been all game, I'm finding him and getting him down.
I would think the same here. So let's see how they line up again. They're going to line up. 1 man in the backfield. Richie under. Man in motion. That's Lacey. He's going to look left, scramble left. Closed down by a bunch. Tries to get it off. Open. Oh my goodness. Caught at the 30. I can't believe that throw. Right over Signetti's hands, and I believe Orga on the coverage slipped, and that'll be a reception there for Aiden Davis. Haven't said much of his name tonight, but Richie now with a bomb 30-yard completion. That'll move Butler right into, I wouldn't say scoring position, but a great field position.
A great field position. I think they're going to knock it in the next place.
Yeah, I could see it happening again. They're going to pitch it out here. Oh my goodness, can they lock it down? They can't get the tackle. He's going to pull inside. Pierce locking down, tracking, and he will get tackled after maybe about a gain of 2.
Yeah, I think they're going to stop, wait for the quarter to end.
Yeah, and they will. So as we hit the 5-second mark here in the first, what atmosphere, what energy, and what a night here at Art Bernardi Stadium. As we end the first quarter of play, we have the Butler Tornadoes up 14-8 over the Shaler Area Titans. Join us for the second quarter coming up. And welcome back to second quarter action here as the Tornadoes lead the Titans 14-8. Now Richie under center, same formation as usual at his own, at Shaler's 33. Shaler looking to make a stop. Cox in motion. He takes a couple steps back, looks deep to the right, looking for Jones inside. Does he step out of bounds? We're gonna have a flag. And I believe we're going to have a push-off there on, Oregon's going to draw the flag. That'll be on Jones. Goodness me, what a play that could have been for Richie if they could put another score on the board 8 seconds into the quarter. So now we talked about mistakes. Are they committing too many mistakes right now?
I don't think they are. They're not making very many at all. I mean, they stopped running, and now the quarterback is on, and he's doing
Richie,
pretty good.
Yes, yeah, Richie. Well, yeah, so that could have been a big play, but they're going to move him back 15 for a second and 28 at Shaler's 48. Oh my goodness, work to do here for the Tornadoes. So Richie now in the shotgun. Can't get him to jump. Blitz coming from inside. Can't get there. Look to come across and boom, huge hit there. Oh my goodness, what a hit.
Big hit by Kadir.
Wow, and Richie, frustrated as he should be, had all the time in the world to move, and just what a hit there by Kadir Berry. And we just talked about it, he just moved to Shaler, I believe.
Yeah, he moved from Carnegie Mellon or something like that.
I believe the Carnegie Mellon area, yes. So now with a 3rd and 29, Butler has loads of work to do here. So now Orga, Disa, Batto, Signetti, all standing 20 yards about. Oh yeah, takes a huge step. Looks left, has a man wide open. Far sideline, can they close the edge? And brought down, still on his feet. Thought he was down, still on his feet though. Yeah, it's gonna get caught to Lacey.
That's a big mistake by Shaler, leaving him wide open like that. They can't let up that big play like that.
Yeah, that was Judiak. So that'll go for about a 4th and 3. Or 14. I'm looking at the wrong stick. So a 4th and 13. I have the wrong stick. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, but like you said, Shaler has to clean that up. So now Richie scrambles, getting chased, looking short. Can he get there? And they'll get the first. Wow. What a conversion by the Titans. Richie finds Deshaun Cox on the near side, and they'll move the chains. I mean, it doesn't sound as hype as it should be, but what a conversion there from 3rd and 29.
That was huge for them to keep this drive going.
And if they can convert here and score, this will be a beautiful drive with 10 minutes left in this quarter. So 1st and 10 at Shaler's 17-yard line. So Judiak to the right of Richie. Jones and Cox on the right. They're handing off to Judiak. He looks inside. He's got an open hole, and he's wrapped down, but not before gaining a first down and getting inside the 5.
Brought down by Luke McNetti.
I'll tell you what, Butler's running game is just tremendous. With 2 great backs that are running the ball tremendously.
Yeah, Judiak and Cox have been very, very phenomenal so far in this game. But now they're going to move Lacey to the left. They're going to bring him to the left. So now we have, 4 receivers. We have quad receiver set. So we're going to have a timeout, I believe, taken by the Titans.
Timeout, Shaler.
Yeah, Jim Ryan's going to want to talk to his team. And if you're Jim Ryan, what are you saying to your defense here?
Definitely get this stop. Do not let them score. Hold them to 3 points, not 6.
I agree. I think if anything, his thing here should be make them work for it. Don't just let them ease in here. They're on a 1st and 3. Make them play 2 more downs if you can. Stop them at the line. Bat the ball away. Anything. Again, it has, assuming they score in the next 3 plays here at the 3, that gives Shaler around 9 minutes to work with. Do you see Jim Ryan? How much time do you think he takes up out of that 9 minutes left in the half?
I think he shouldn't take up that much time at all. He's got to go quick. They're down. They need to get back in this game.
I would agree in a sense. I think the only reason he might not is because they do receive the kick at halftime, at the start of the 3rd quarter. So if they don't score, they're not in a terrible position. They can start with the ball at the next quarter, but it would be nice if you could come within 1 touchdown. So the Tornadoes line up again. Graff to the left. Cox in the slot. Jones on the inside. Ritchie takes the snap, gives it off. Actually runs left, and he's got an open lane, and he's in for the score. Another 6 on the board, and a touchdown there by Noah Ritchie. What a take, what a read, and what a drive for the Butler Tornadoes. They put 6 more up and go up 12 on the Titans.
I'll tell you what, this Ritchie kid is really dominating this game. He's the playmaker and everything.
Yeah, we were talking about Max Schnurr earlier, but Ritchie I think is looking like he can make the same type of plays happen to Schnurr. Again, Schnurr had 11 touchdowns, I believe, last year, but Ritchie's looking like he can do something in the same progress. So Gianeski back for the kick. High snap and deflected, but that'll go through for 1. So converted PAT, that'll make the score 21-8 with 9:40 left in this half and in the 2nd quarter. So Joey, let's go into the mind of the Shaler Titans real quick. If you're the Titans, what are you saying to yourselves going with 9:40 left in this quarter and in the half before you go into the locker room? What are you saying? Hey, what do we need to fix down 2 scores?
I'm saying we need to score. We need to get down the field and actually score. We've only done it once, but we've had 2 great opportunities to score, and we only converted on 1.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And if you're Butler, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to say, hey, maybe let them run this clock? Or are you saying, hey, we're not done yet. Are we going to try and score again?
I think they keep the same mentality, and they just keep pounding it into Shaler. They just want to win by big.
Yeah, it's a great look. And it makes sense. We talked about it earlier. They definitely want to become a powerhouse team again. It's been a very long time since they've been on that totem pole area. After that PAT, that puts the Tornadoes up 21-8 over the Titans. So now Gianeski looking to put Butler in a very favorable position here for their defense. But Caden Orga and Joey DiSabato looking to make something happen here. If they can get past, I think, the 30-yard line, I'd say, they can make something happen here for Shaler. So they're going to boot it. Going to go to Orga. He's going to take it. Foot inside the end zone, but he's going to take it. He gets to the 10, looking for an alley. Doesn't get anywhere. Cuts inside, goes to the middle, and he'll get to the 28 again. So an average, again, around 25 yards. Orga's doing exactly what he needs to do there on kickoff returns.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's getting those extra yards that he wouldn't get in a touchback.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And the one thing I think that Butler has struggled with is closing him off on his kickoff returns. So now the Titans, a lot of work to do, but with 9 minutes and 33 seconds left, can make it happen. Schmatanka lines up in the shotgun. Can't get him to go on one. Fakes the handoff, tries to scramble, looks inside, gets around a yard, maybe 2. Looking for anything. And this Butler defense is holding strong right now. They've cleaned up their problems. They've cleaned up the run game that they struggled with so much.
Yeah, they're not letting Shaler get those big plays anymore. They're capitalizing on Shaler's mistakes too.
Yeah, and if I'm Butler, I'm saying to myself, well, we've stopped their run game pretty easily. Haven't seen much from it. You know, we may be expecting a throw here to the sideline. So now Shpatenka again in the shotgun. Looks left, still left. Gets it off in time to Signetti, and he's there, and he'll get the first. What a play. My goodness, Shpatenka got that throw off getting chased. What a throw right into the hands of Signetti, and he's going to get around 15 to 20.
Talk about a throw. That was a great read, knowing that he would get out past the defender and getting that extra yard.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that we can say about Shpatenka is his pocket presence awareness from last year to this year increased tremendously. He has looked spot on like a vet, like Shaler has needed him to this year so far.
Yeah, he's coming off a ton of experience coming from last year.
Absolutely.
And a little bit his freshman year.
Absolutely. So again, looks right, has to scramble, looking for something, gonna hold, gets to Brandon London. Great look again by Shpatenka. That'll be an easy gain of around 6. Brandon London, again, another underrated guy on the Shaler Titans offense and defense who will make plays and make something happen. So a gain of 5. Hurry up by the Titans. Looking right. And picked off, looking for something. Wow, Shpatenka throws it right into the hands of Richie, and he'll get tackled at his 42-yard line. Shpatenka, we were just talking about his awareness, looking for something, wanted to go to Orga, but didn't see Richie. An unfortunate read and an unfortunate pick, but for the Butler Tornadoes, you're in dreamland right now.
Yeah. Coming back to Richie again, he's just the playmaker of the game. Him and Cox.
And not to be sounding corny in a way, but you almost think that the camo kind of almost camouflaged Richie, and he came out of nowhere for that interception. So now Butler, ball back in their hands after about a minute and a half. Looking to put more points up on the board against the Titans. Low snap, has to look right. High ball, open to Sean Cox. Holland tries to bring him down, can he? And he brings him out around the 5-yard line. Wow. I am stunned with what Richie is doing right now. We were criticizing over and over. You know, his arm strength may not be there. You know, does he have it in him? He has proven us wrong every step of the way in these last 2 drives.
Definitely has it. Shaler looked a little cut off guard with that guy running across the field in the middle of the play.
Yeah, Shaler almost seems in a way like they just want to get to halftime and get this over with, where Butler doesn't want this to end. They want to keep playing, it seems like. So we're going to have a timeout, Butler. So with 7:38 remaining in the second quarter, we're going to have Butler up 21-8, looking to punch another score in on the Titans.
Butler Football Hometown Hero Organization would like to thank our supporters. Deal Automotive Group.
So-
Next Year Bank. Joe G. Black, ESW, Post 249, and Auxiliary.
So Joey, now you're down 13 with 7:38 remaining. What are you looking for as the Titans? What are you saying to yourself in that huddle? What is Jim Ryan really preaching to his guys that they need to step up and fix?
They definitely need to fix stopping the run and now stopping the passing game. They just need to stop. Butler's just running all over them, and they just need to get a stop right now.
Yeah, and again, the mistakes, it comes down to that. Again, Shpatenka looked picture perfect early in this game, and now heading into halftime has looked very, very sloppy. And you just got to wonder, is Jim Ryan just trying to get to halftime? Is he trying to really say to himself, you know, let's get it. If they do score 1, we're going to try and go 1 for 1. But if not, the Tornadoes are looking to capitalize, and they're looking to make a big statement right now.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see if they'll hold it for a little bit and let Shaler have less time to score.
So Richie again in the shotgun. Graff right behind him. They move Cox in motion. They're going to fake the handoff, and Let's see, do they call that in for the touchdown? Wow, what a catch. Oh my goodness, what a throw by Richie. Gets it right into almost the feet there. It looked like Jones. I believe that's actually Lacey. So Landon Lacey there with the touchdown reception. And it's almost like we're jinxing ourselves at this point. We keep saying, oh, they'll stop, or oh, maybe, they don't score a touchdown. Every time we say it, they go and score in an instant.
Yeah, no, Butler definitely came to play tonight.
Yeah, they want to make a very profound statement here in week 0, saying to themselves, hey, we may have moved out of Whitfield, we may be independent, but we're still 6A and we're still Butler. We're still going to fight. And Gianneski gets that one up and through. He is perfect tonight, 4 for 4, and Butler looks pretty perfect since that first opening drive for them. So now that's going to put them up 20 over the Titans with 7:32 left in this quarter. Butler looking to capitalize again if they can on defense here, Joey. Now with Gianneski getting this one off. And, if you're Shaler, you're saying to yourself, where are we at right now? Where's our head? Where's our cool? We started off so well, and ever since it's just been an up and down battle. And Gianneski will get this one off. This will go to DiSabato. It'll be his first take back now. Slow start, gets to the 20, looking inside, gets to the sideline, has it. Can he get past Gianneski? He will. He'll get to the 43-yard line. A great take by Joey DiSabato, and that's a great start. And Oregon DiSabato have honestly looked picture perfect for those kickoff returns by the Titans.
Yeah, the returns have definitely been the best part of our offense.
Yes, and I almost agree because they have helped the Titans out almost perfectly in every way. They get them to about the 30+ every time. So now 1st and 10 at the 44. 4 receiver set. Signetti to the left. Shpatenka. 2 count. Hands it off to Signetti. Signetti looks right side. He has it. Can he get to the edge? He will. He'll get the first. He'll get to the 40. He'll have way more than that. And he'll get all the way to the 30+. Oh, but a tough ending on the ground. He looks, I don't know. I can't tell. Referee's looking if he can help him up. You're hoping inside an ankle. He is going to be on one knee. It looked like a tough wrap-up on Signetti. It was a great take, though.
Yeah, really great play by Shaler, getting out to that edge.
Yeah, and they are going to call the trainers out. Signetti's not even going to attempt to get on that foot, and that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, he's the playmaker for the running game.
That right now has been your biggest problem so far, is that Luke Signetti is not healthy at the moment, or at least if he was healthy before this, his injury has reappeared. And again, what a great take. Just ran for about what looked to be around 30 yards. And Peyton Plans, by the way, we said his name earlier in the game as guys who needed to step up. A young guy, didn't have a lot of experience, but he was on that far side of the field. Do you expect his name to get called maybe in the in the end zone later tonight?
Yeah, you definitely see him, Brandon London, or TJ Bellis.
Yeah, I agree. Those are young guys that are stepping up, and they're going to make an impact if they can. So Signetti is able to walk off his own power. He's going to come off the field. So they're going to throw in Razzo, to the left. You have London on the inside. About a 4-inch difference on his man. DiSabato in the slot. Looks to be in a zone coverage, though. And again, too far to the side. Plans on the far side. Orga on the in. Shpatenka, hard count, 2. Looks back, looks left, has DiSabato. DiSabato cuts inside, makes a man miss. Still on his feet. Oh my goodness, still on his feet. Look at the attempts and the way to make it happen by DiSabato. Thrown though out of bounds, and we're gonna have a flag on what looks to be, if my assumption is correct, the Butler Tornadoes for what looked to be at least a little bit of unnecessary roughness there.
Yeah, it was a great by Shaler's offensive line to come back in there and not let them do that to the player. Let it be known that they're not going to be walked all over. Yeah, the score may not show
To the Titans' favor, but it's definitely something where if you're going to throw one of your best players and get him thrown off, the Titans are in front of their own sideline. They're going to be a little bit up in your face about it. So now coming to the sideline, I'm looking right here. Zach Hartung, the senior center and defensive lineman, now looks like he might have a glute injury.
I hope he's just cramping up.
Yeah, he looked a bit angry, threw his helmet on the sideline. We're looking here. He looks like he might have a little bit of tightness or soreness up in the glute area, maybe a hamstring. But now that'll move the sticks. So Shaler's going to get the ball at the 15. This is beautiful for Shaler if you are the Titans. And again, only 30 seconds have been moved out the clock, and you've moved about 70 yards.
Yeah, this is perfect. They're saving some time.
So let's see. Shvatanka in the shotgun again. Man to man. Hands off to Rozo up the middle. Excuse me, Razo. I cannot say that name right. But he's doing his job, and it's great to see. Again, we talked about a guy stepping up. Razo is doing his job, stepping in for Signetti.
Yeah, talk about a young team. He's still a junior. He still has one more year left.
He does, and I expect to see his name called a lot more this season. So let's see, again, 4 plans out far. London on the in. Man in motion, that's Orga. They are going to fake the hand, but Spitega has to scramble, trying to get it off, and he's sacked. Deshaun Cox gets in there. Oh, looks like he pulls up now with an injury, maybe a cramp. Looks more of a cramp.
Yeah, cramp.
So we're going to have a sack for Deshaun. He's going to come off. It looks to be like a cramp, able to jog off on his own power. Do we have another flag, though, it seems? I'm wondering if it may be holding. Let's see. D. Sabato's going to go and listen in on the conversation here. It's pointing back towards the Butler side. I'm wondering, could it be on Butler? Again, I'm confused as mostly everybody else here. I can't really tell what's going on. So, doesn't look like a flag. Okay. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 15. The Titans are trying to make something happen, but that pocket needs to stay open if you're Shvatanka, or it needs to stay contained and strong. So again, same formation. Orga, will he move in motion, or do they give it off to Razo? Looking for the hard snap, can't get it. Looks left. High ball for London. And dropped by London right in his hands. Oh my goodness, if he pulls that in, what a throw and a catch. And the receivers for Shaler are having a tough time dragging these down with the defenders of Butler on them.
I'll tell you what, Shaler has had a ton of opportunities to convert. They just can't catch the ball right now.
Yeah, it's tough, especially for a guy like Brandon London. He had such great versatility last year. He also came with an injury, I forgot, last year. He had a lower body injury. But he looks to be healthy. So again, same formation, 4th and 15. Jim Ryan said, we are going for it all. They're gonna look left, has time, gets it off, looking for London again. Does he get a foot in? And they say no, off to the side. London doesn't get it in, gets the catch, but not able to keep the feet in. So that'll be a turnover on downs, and Butler will take the ball with 6 minutes left.
Yeah, I think you'll be seeing that do a lot more. Brendan and Keegan, tall wide receiver / tight end to QB. It's a perfect matchup.
Yeah, and again, London's got the height. Again, he's over his man every time, but just an unfortunate positioning there. You know, that fade dragged him back a little bit out of bounds. So the Titans, again, a lot of work to do. You don't have Hartung. You don't have Signetti. You got a lot of... Oh, no, he is back in. Excuse me. I do see Signetti back in at the safety position. So let's see. Does he hold up? Is he okay? But if you're Butler, you honestly don't care. You're saying to yourselves, we have 6 minutes. We're going to put another one up if we can. Doesn't get Shaler to jump. They're going to pitch it off up the middle, but dragged immediately down, not after a reach and a gain of 4, it looked like. So Barry's going to sub back in here. Again, Kadir Barry hasn't had much of his name called tonight, but he did that beautiful, beautiful... Oh, I think it was a sack, actually. We were talking about earlier how there weren't sacks. He did have that sack on Richie earlier, I think.
Oh, yes, he did.
I think he did.
Yeah.
So Barry, again, he's going to try and make a name for himself here if he can. So far man to the far side. Man in motion. They're going to give it to him. Can he get the edge? That's Graff, and he's going to get the first down and more. And the one thing the Titans struggling with again is that outside edge containment. It's been a struggle for a long time. They can't really seem to close that edge. And with speedy guys like Graff, Lacey, especially Deshaun Cox, what can you do?
Yeah. I mean, you can't really do anything because if they stop running, they can throw perfectly.
Yeah, and Richie's shown that he has the arm to make it happen, so you can't just commit. So they're going to fake, give it to Deshaun Cox. He's got the inside. He's going to get more. They can't wrap him up. Can he get there? He's going to stay on his feet. Ball's out. Ball's out. Ball's fumbled. Who's on it? Let's see the signal here. On the pile. My goodness, the speed of Cox. Did it get him tripped up? Did they jump on it? They're going to call it Butler ball. Wow. That could have went pretty sideways there if you were Deshaun Cox and Butler.
Yeah, that was definitely the stop that Shaler would have needed.
Yeah, you definitely didn't want to give the ball back to Shaler. Even if they didn't score, you want to put up points here regardless. To lose the ball would be an unfortunate turn of events there. But now again, with the ball at the 44, Richie under center. Shaler showed blitz, but Richie rolls right, has a man right. Barry looking, man open. It's in the hands, and Orga gets the pick. He's got an open field in front of him. He's at the 20, gets a block by Rozo. He's at the 30, cuts to the inside, has the inside gap. Can he get there? Gets to the 50. Oh my goodness. There is a flag on the field. We have a fight on the field right now. Oh my goodness, hands are being thrown. Yeah, it looked like a face mask. Oh my goodness. What a pick by Caden Orga. His man slipped. Not sure who the flag even is on to start. You would hope that that does not bring the Titans back. That would be such a bad turn of events if calmer heads did not prevail in that situation. And that was Joe Rispoli, I believe there. Or excuse me, no, Ryan Barnhart, Ryan Barnhart, not Joe Rispoli. So let's see what the flag's on. I didn't even notice. It just, I saw a scrap at the 40.
Talk about a comeback from Caden. Letting up 2 touchdowns and then getting that pick, that was huge.
Yeah, it looked like the man he was covering had slipped, and he said, you know what? I didn't hear a flag. I didn't hear a whistle. That's a pick for me. But now what happens here? I think Shaler does get the ball. I'm not too sure. I think they still keep it, but it depends on, I think we'll have 2 unsportsmanlikes both ways here. And man, Joey, if you want to talk drama, you know, don't look at TV. This game itself has been pretty dramatic.
Yeah, this is a great game so far. Both teams are battling.
Yeah, and the score may not show it, but we talked about it. Again, this is a rivalry. People may not see it as, but this game has a lot of history to it, background to it. You know, both of these teams want to show out for their school tonight. So let's see. Referees are done discussing, conversing, excuse me, not conversing. So let's see. We are gonna have what looks to be a face mask call on the offense. And we have what looks to be and welcome back after some technical difficulties. Sorry about that. Didn't miss much. Just one play. Went to Signetti. Loss of 1. But after that official discussion, we had a face mask and I believe 2 offsetting unsportsmanlike conducts on Butler and Shaler. But that face mask on Butler moved Shaler to the 31-yard line. So now Schmatenka looking for something. Can't get it. Oh, we're going to have a timeout right before the snap is called.
False start. False start offense, I think.
I don't even see the flag. Oh, the far side. Yes, good call. We are going to have it. So that's going to move it right back. So 2nd and 16 here. Shaler has to make something. Has to cut the deficit down. 3 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the half. Almost fumbles the ball. Has to look for something. Has plans, and plans gets to around what looked to be the 25, and another flag. Man, a lot of flags. We were talking so much earlier about how, how many flags, how disciplined were these teams, and they did so well in the first quarter to not have that many, and right now it's a flag fest.
I'll tell you what, I think Butler's a pretty sound team except their penalties. They've had a ton of flags today.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing, and it will be on Butler. They are going to move them. Let's see how far they move them. We might have a late hit, excuse me. So let's see, we're going to move them all the way. Keep them moving, says the referee.
That's a big
We're not
penalty.
just going to move the chains. We're going to move all the way down to what looks to be the 14. Yep, we're going to go to the right hash here. Oh, and another face mask. So, only can assume is on the O-line or Keegan Schmatenka. So now, 1st and 10, 14-yard line. 15 yards around to go. 4-man set. Schmatenka, they're going to hand off Signetti. He's got the lane, he's got the speed, he's got the burst. Can he stay on his feet? And can he get in? Yes, he can. Luke Signetti, what a take, what a score, and what a comeback drive here for the Shaler Titans.
I'll tell you what, that's just what Shaler needed to get back into this game.
Man, and not only did they need a touchdown, they needed the energy, they needed the excitement and the atmosphere, because Butler has all of that right now. So Shaler now cuts the deficit to 14. If Douglas can make the PAT, that'll cut it to 13. They'll have 15 points. That is math. Sometimes we struggle here with math. Douglas, good snap, good hold. Line drive kick gets right through, and that'll cut it to 13. The Tornadoes lead the Titans 28-15. And Joey, it looks good for the Titans. It's a great way to go, but with 3 minutes and 12 seconds, it's not necessarily out of the question that Butler can score here again.
Yeah, no, Shaler just needs to get another stop, and they can come back right around.
Yeah, and we were going to talk a little bit later about, penalties and anything, the discipline, but it's good to talk about it at another time. 3:12 left in this half and in the quarter. Shaler puts up 7. Looking to stop the Butler offense here, but it all starts with Douglas. Gets it off high, good-looking kick. That'll put Cox at around his own 5. Inside, can he get the inside gap? No, will get brought down by Titan. Great tackle. He'll get there. Only to the 15. It was a great wrap-up. An unbelievable wrap-up by a bunch of Titans. I think I saw number 30 in on that. Isaac McKay getting in on that stop there.
That was a big hit by a little freshman.
It was. He did a great job. Again, guys are stepping up, making plays, and Isaac McKay said, you know what? I haven't had my name heard all night. I'd like to hear it at least once tonight. So now Butler lining up in the same 3-man formation. Richie under center. Shaler has to make something happen in our defense. Man in motion. They're going to hand it up the middle, but stopped immediately. I think maybe lost a yard. So now if you're Shaler, you're saying to yourself, can we stop Butler and can we put up another score on the board? And if you're Butler, what are you saying right now?
I'm saying we're just going to keep running it all over them.
Yeah, tire the Shaler defense. I agree with that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go with the pass option here.
I wouldn't be surprised either. We haven't seen it in a nice minute here. We also haven't seen the Butler offense also in a hot minute too, so that might explain a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised though. Aiden Jones on your near side here. Maybe looking for him against Gabe Simic. Man in motion again. They're actually going to pitch it off, but can Shaler close the gap? They can, and they get to the inside. What a play. The Shaler defense holds strong. So we're looking at what seems to be, again, Dubiak there, getting the speed, tried to cut inside. And Shaler's done a great job, I think, so far, if they can continue it. Now, I won't try and jinx it, of closing the gap and seeing when they cut back inside. That was what was killing them.
Yeah, that was perfect. They had 3 guys collapse on them. It was perfect.
Yep. So now Graf in your slot on the far side. Maybe look for him if you're Richie. So 3rd and 8, 1:52. Butler's going to use as much time as they can if they, can. Man in motion. They give it off to Cox. He's got the outside edge. Can he get more than that? No, he's tripped. Is the ball out? fumble, and we're going to have Shaler ball. Wow, what a play. Carson Pierce gets in on the stop, causes the fumble, and Shaler now, we have a flag. Not sure on who, but we now have Shaler ball with 1:40 remaining. Again, not sure who the flag's on. Again, we can't almost go 3 plays without getting the flag now, Joey.
Yeah.
But Carson Pierce, what a play.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if this play stands, it's a big momentum switch.
Absolutely. If you go into half and you cut your lead down to at least a score here for the Titans and you get the ball back, you look great if you're Jim Ryan's team. Now for Butler, it's a different story. You know, you looked great to start, but, you know, you struggled towards the end. That's where you got to fix it. And the flag will be on Shaler. It seemed like something after the play. Most likely unnecessary roughness. So Eric Christie's team gives up a fumble, and they have 1:40 to work with. Can they stop the Titans is the real question. And can the Titans make something happen?
Yeah, Butler definitely is looking for a stop right here. They're not trying to let him score here.
So now, ball on the right hash. That has been a favorable position for the Titans. Signetti loves going to his left. So let's see. Brandon Lennon on the far. DiSabato in the slot. Same 4 receiver set. Low snap. Has to look left. Coming man pressure. Can he scramble? Can he find his man? Finds DiSabato. Gets the foot. And not only will Smtenka get that off and get the throw to DiSabato, DiSabato will get a gain of what looks around 6. But we are going to have holding here on the Shaler offense. So we're going to move him back even farther. I think we're going to go to a 1st and, my goodness, 20. Yep, ball will be placed at the 45.
That's an unfortunate mistake by Shaler. They can't let that happen.
It is, especially on a play like that where you get an easy 6 yards to DiSabato. And again, Smtenka's doing his job, getting the ball out. Has looked a little close, though. If you're Smtenka, that might need to come off a little bit sooner. So different formation. We go trips to the right here. DiSabato in the solo, covered by Jones. Shotgun snap. Smtenka again has to scramble. Can he get out of it? He can't, and he's brought down by the Tornadoes. What a play by that defense.
This offensive line really needs to step up right here. Keegan got no time right there. That ball had to have been out in 1 second before everybody was on.
Yeah,
him.
not a lot of time whatsoever, and it just makes you wonder again. Zach Hartung still there on the sideline, holding that lower area of his hamstring, or the upper area of the hamstring, excuse me. So now a 2nd and 22, 56 seconds and going. Play clock at 11. Shaler's got to get something off in 10 seconds. Can they get set in time? 4 seconds. They're in motion. Timeout called by Jim Ryan. They couldn't get it off in time. So now with 41 seconds, and Coach Tortorella of the Titans is absolutely fuming right now with his offense.
Yeah, they just lost precious time right there.
That was at least 15 seconds that they just lost. And if you're Butler, you're saying, thank goodness. You got to get out of this if you're Butler.
Yeah, Butler really lucking out this drive. Shaler was at like the 20, and with penalties, they're all the way back to like 50.
Yeah, and I've been saying it the whole time. Does Shaler go big or go home here?
I think they do.
Do they? What are they doing then if they're Shaler?
I think they're going for the long ball that hasn't been dropping, but maybe it's going to drop now.
That's actually a very good point. We haven't really seen it yet in a crunch time situation. But we're going to push. We're going to flip the sides, actually. We're going to have, again, trips left here onto the strong side hash. DiSabato lines up. Far side, Butler sideline. Signetti in the back. Smtenka. Low snap. No time. Gets it off, though. DiSabato cuts inside, looking for more. And he gets to the what looks to be a first down. That is a first down, but the clock is going to run. Or excuse me, it is not. Excuse me, it is not. I have my numbers wrong. It is going to be third and what looks like 3 or 2. And again, they wasted a little bit more time than they probably wanted to, the Titans. I thought it was a first down. I was wondering why the sticks wouldn't move, but that's their final timeout. So now if you're the Titans, 18 seconds left, not that much time to work with, a 3rd and 3, and the Butler Tornadoes defense is holding strong. What do you do?
I think if you're Shaler, if you have Luke Signetti and you try to punch it in, just get the first down. Maybe go to the outside, try to get out of bounds, get closer to the end zone, and try to knock it in.
Yeah, I was going to say Signetti, his first rushing TD of the night, has a bunch of rushing yards under his name, at least what I thought was about 80 plus, close to it. So Shaler looking here to make something happen.
Never mind, I take that back. Shaler has no timeouts left. I do not think.
Oh yeah, they did just take their last timeout. So now Orga, London in the inside, DeSabato on your left. They're going to push plans out to the far side. Do they give it to Signetti? Can he get to the out of bounds area? If he can, Smetanka has to load. He's going to scramble. He's going to look for that.
The first.
Yep, gets to the sideline. Takes about 6 seconds off the clock, but he'll get the first down. That's beautiful awareness by Smetanka to stop the clock, get the first down, and even more. Puts the Titans in pretty good position. And if you are Jim Ryan, do you say to yourself, does Douglas have the leg to get this kickoff?
I don't know. After his last kick, it was a little bit of a line drive, just squeaked in there. But, I mean, maybe you give him a chance.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close here. So, again, same formation. They push plans far. 12 seconds on the clock, 1st and 10 at the Butler 20. Smetanka, snap, has time, has to roll. Got DeSabato, has to get out of bounds, and he does with 5 seconds. All right, if you're Shaler, this is pretty much it. You don't really have time to run another play and get out of bounds. And if you kick a field goal, you kick a field goal regardless. So 2nd and 4. Surprised you don't see anybody else, tall going in on this one. You don't really see TJ Bellis in there. You keep DeSabato in. Orga goes in.
Yeah, they're definitely going for it.
Oh yeah, they're gonna go for it. Now what you need to do here if you're the Titans, as the crowd gets rowdy, you can't make a mistake. Do not let this come back to haunt you. And Christie calls a timeout. Coach Christie saw something on his sideline and said, no, I want to take my final timeout with 5 seconds. I really want to figure out what my defense has to do. If you're Shaler, what are you looking for here? What are you seeing if you're Jim Ryan and John Tortorella?
They're definitely going to try to toss it up to that tall wide receiver, get the touchdown, and then go into the next half.
Do you think Butler is predicting and saying, hey, 85, Brandon London, he's going to go fade out to the corner? Do you think they say, hey, they're going to go for it? He's big and tall. Put our tallest guy on him?
Yeah, I think they're going to do that exactly. They went to that twice on the last drive.
Yeah, not only do you have that, you have Orga and DeSabato, both. They can cut inside. They can fade out. I don't think you see Signetti get the ball here.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I was going to say, he'll be there as a blocker, I believe. So let's see. Can the Shaler offensive line hold? And can the Butler defensive line break through? Can late drama really be emphasized in this moment? Trips out to the right. Plans on the inside. Smetanka, line shotgun, has to scramble, low snap, trying to find it, has to run for his life, and falls with a second left. And that O-line not only did hold, but that defensive line made Smetanka scramble, got him down for the sack, and an unfortunate end to the half for the Titans, but not a terrible way to go out getting that score back. So as we head into halftime, the Butler Golden Tornadoes lead the Shaler Area Fighting Titans 28-15. Please join us after halftime for third quarter and second half action. And we welcome you back after that halftime break to second half and third quarter action as the Butler Golden Tornadoes, they are up 28-15 over the Shaler Area Fighting Titans. And now Joey, leading in that half, we thought Shaler would pull away with a touchdown, but Butler gets a huge takeaway on that sack there. What are you doing now if you're Shaler and Butler? Have you gone in the locker room and changed anything? Coach Christie, do you change anything? Coach Ryan, do you change anything?
You definitely go back to that offensive line, hold guys accountable, and make them block better. So they give Keegan more time.
Yep, holding people accountable is a huge part of the game right now. Hartung is officially undressed, no pads, he is out. But anyways, DeSabato takes it at his own 15, has the patience, has the time, tries to push it, pushes the man down, gets grabbed down, cuts back across, has the open space, and he gets to the 20, still on his feet. Wow, what great strength by Joey DeSabato. Unbelievable.
Jeez, he gave him a big stiff arm.
Throws grabbed down, no hesitation, said, "Get off of me, I don't want you near me." So yeah, like you said, the O-line definitely needs to hold up right now. With Hartung out, it all falls really into this young O-line's hands. You had that big experienced center, had all the experience you could ever want, senior. Now you don't. You got to make it happen. So now Shmatenka, 4-man set in the shotgun. He hands it off Signetti. He's got a hold of the right, has a lane, has the space to the sideline, cuts across, stays on his feet, pushes the man, keeps going, and gets to the 48. And Luke Signetti is coming out of the gates hot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. He got that ball and he just went off.
That's one of those. That's a tone setter right there.
Yeah.
That's a very big tone setter. We talked about that. We said, are you going to go into the locker room if you're both these teams and be complacent? Or are you going to play 200% more than what you just did? And Shaler right now, if they play the way they are, like that play right now, it looks like Jim Ryan did something with those Shaler guys and said, hey, let's butt some heads and play some football here. So Shmatenka in the shotgun. Signetti to the left. Rosa to the left. But, oh my goodness. An incomplete pass called. That was one of those plays where you thought Aiden Jones was coming up with that, and somehow DeSabato pulls it not only away from Jones, but almost gets a completion.
Yeah, it was a great job by Joey DeSabato getting that ball, not letting up an interception.
Yeah, and Shmatenka, again, we were just talking about, that was his strength so far early in that first quarter and towards the early part of that second quarter was his awareness and his eyesight and his vision downfield. But right there, that did not look very good from King Shmatenka. No. And again, it'll happen, but you don't want to throw a pick after a very good first play on your drive. So 2nd and 10 from the 38. Low snap. Has to work with it. Has time. Has to scramble. Goes left. Gets it off. Finds DeSabato. That'll be around the 46. And again, Shmatenka may not have as much time as he wants, but him getting that ball off just proves the trust in his guys that he knows that DeSabato can come down with that ball. So 11 minutes remaining. Butler up two scores, 28-15. Go trips to the right. DeSabato inside near your sideline. The Butler D-line doesn't show blitz. They now blitz across the field to London. He gets the first. He stays on his feet and gets more. So not only will Brendan London take that for an extra gain, but he'll take it for some confidence for the Shaler offense.
That was a great job by Brendan.
Yeah,
he took both defenders with him.
Yeah, and I think if you're Brendan London, you go into that halftime, the break there, and you say to yourself, man, I dropped a touchdown, and I had an incompletion, but I wasn't in bounds. Or I had a completion, but I wasn't in bounds, right? You're trying to make up for that. If he can make up and not do too much, he'll be in a great spot. But TJ Bellis is now on the far side of the field. Do we see him? No, they give it to Rozo up the middle. Rozo has space. Rozo has the sideline. He gets a block from Bellis. Can he get inside? Trucks a man over, but dropped and wrapped down by that defender. He brought him down with him. And Razo there, great take. Again, the young guy stepping up.
Yeah,
Rising
really
junior.
Run. Really great run by him. Seeing that gap and executing that gap was perfect.
And it's a great look, and that's the same thing as, Razzo and Signetti both have a very nice thing in common, and that's speed and agility.
Yeah, I think that was a confidence booster for Razzo.
Oh, it definitely was. And he's going to stay back there. 4 receivers set. No London. Gets the hard count. They give it to Razzo. Gets up the middle. He's got to hold on to that ball. Not a bad take. We'll go for about 4. And, Shaler not really doing anything under the center, keeping Schmatenka in the shotgun presence, almost completely opposite to what Butler was doing, where Richie was under center the entire time for what it felt like a brief moment in time.
Yeah, I don't think there's been many plays where Keegan's under the shotgun.
No, not necessarily, and to that factor, it probably is because that handoff isn't from Hartung anymore. Again, a low snap. Works with it. Can he see it? Can he move and scramble? He does. It's up in the air. London! Did he hold it? They say he's out of bounds. London can't believe it.
No.
He absolutely cannot believe the call. None of the Titans can either. They're going to say he was out of bounds, off the drift. He caught it. He brought it in. He did everything he could. Referee says no, out. Incomplete. I don't think there's a single Shaler fan in this entire stadium right now that agrees with that call, biased or not.
Yeah, I guess it was really hard for that ref to judge it, judging by he was falling out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a tough judgment call at the end of the day. But if you're Shaler, you got to move on from it. You go to a 3rd and 7 here. Signetti to your left. You bring London out. Can't make a mistake here. Schmatenka, they give it to Signetti up the middle, has the space, he's in for the touchdown, and the Titans not only make the score, cut the deficit, they bring the confidence and drag down the Tornadoes to a little tiny bit more momentum for themselves.
Great job by Shaler by capitalizing on that first drive.
And Signetti, he said, hey man, my bad in that first half, it's my ankle acted up, I'll make it up to you guys. Scores. Now it's up to Douglas. Can he put this away, make the PAT, and cut the lead to 1 score? It's up and short. Not the kick you were looking for. Still 1 score, but all you can do is tie the 28, not go up to 29. So with 8:50 left, 3 minutes off the clock, the Titans down 7 to the Tornadoes. Joey, what a drive.
Yeah, it was great. Everything went right for the Titans. No penalties on that drive either.
No penalties. I think both coaches going into the half definitely said, hey guys, if we don't clean this up, it's going to be a long game. It's already longer as is. TV timeouts, blah, blah, blah.
Also a great drive because they used both their run game and pass game.
Yeah, and with that, I think the Titans definitely need to keep up that spirit and confidence. And now Shaler looking to kick off here with Douglas. Can they make a stop against these Golden Tornadoes? High kick taken back at the 5-yard line. No flag thrown. Shaler fans want a flag. They can't get when Cox on his feet. They can't believe it. Screams from the Shaler fans looking for a flag on a blindside block. But the Sean Cox, regardless, gets to the, I believe, 37.
We're seeing some pretty good returns from both teams right here.
Yeah, we have. Especially, I again don't want to compare, but Sean Cox, Joey DiSabato, and Caden Orga have all had the speed and agility on these kickoff returns to put their teams in idle position. So Richie now under center. Man in motion. They give it off. Up the middle. Got the space. Nope. Falls. Gets tripped up around the line of scrimmage. It'll probably be a 2nd and 10. If you're Shaler, you say to yourself, an unfortunate drive. Coming off touchdown, but, an unfortunate opening kickoff return. Didn't really get Butler to stop where you wanted. What are you doing now?
I mean, you got to respond here. You can't let them be up or just be up 1 touchdown.
That's true. So again, Richie, quick snap. The man in motion. They give it misdirection off to Cox. Dragged down by Pierce. He said, you are going nowhere. You are coming down to the ground. So Carson Pierce makes another stop. That'll bring around a 3rd and 5, it looks to be.
And another great stop by Shaler's defense, containing that run.
Yeah, and Shaler's defense needs to hold strong here. Guys like Carson Pierce, Augie Tortorella, they got to hold strong. Break through that offensive line. Don't fall for the misdirections. And Butler, you're saying to yourselves, hey, we're not really in any trouble. We're still up a score. Momentum's swinging. But if we're confident in ourselves, we can make it happen. Man in motion. Richie looking. And can he get it off? He can't. It's dropped. Oh, my goodness. Augie Tortorella in on that play. Almost got the sack on Richie. Somehow Richie escaped, scrambled. I don't know how he got it off, and it was almost caught at the sideline. That would have been a very elite play.
Yeah, I can't believe he got that throw off. That would have been a major loss.
I don't think many high school guys can say that they almost got sacked and threw a 20-yard dot to their receiver at the sideline. So now a 4th down situation. Do you see a fake here? Do you think Butler's ambitious?
No, I don't think they see a fake here.
Let's see. They get it off. Holds. No block. But a good line drive. It's going to roll. That's going to be a beautiful roll, and it rolls all the way. It's going to keep going. Wow. I don't know how Butler let it. I don't know how Butler let it happen, and I don't know how Joey DiSabato got away with it. He stayed around that ball long enough to play protector, I guess, in a way, and said, you know, I'm gonna try and fake you out every time you go for it. Let it roll right in. That's a beautiful play. Smart. All right, Shaler, get the ball back. You're not one touchdown. This is a whole new ball game. We were thinking 28-8, right? You were thinking, oh, this game's out of reach. What are you thinking now with 7 minutes left in this quarter?
There's still a ton of game left. Anything can happen.
Exactly. So let's see. 4 men set. Signetti to the right. Low snap, they give it to him. Inside, up the middle. Keeps going after the tackle. Drags him in with him. He'll get to the 26. Again, Luke Signetti's putting in work right now. I don't think Luke Signetti's going to go down. I don't think Shaler is going to go down without some sort of a fight right now.
Yeah. To extend that drive with getting hit at the line of scrimmage and still getting a major gain.
He looked pretty sharp coming out of that halftime break. So Shapanenka, hard count on 2. Looks left, looks right, gets DiSabato across. Tries to make a man miss, can't do it. And tripped up. Should have the first, though, and he will.
And I'll tell you what, Joey DiSabato's a tough cracker to get down.
Yeah, he is. If I were playing against him on defense, I definitely would be a little bit. He does come up with
shaken up.
He does come up with a limp. Might be on his ankle. He does go to the ground. Not something you want to see. We're just talking again. We honestly just said it. You know, he's somebody you can't really bring down too easily, but right now it's looking rough.
Yeah, must have twisted his ankle.
Yeah, if anything, we're going to head to an injury timeout. And after that injury timeout, DiSabato was able to walk off on his own power. It looks, luckily for the Titans, like it was just a cramp. Nothing too serious. And as we head into 1st and 10 here on the 30 for the Titans, what can they do here with 6 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock? Oh, stopped immediately, but Signetti somehow still on his feet. Can he get the outside? He gets to the 30, looking for another, but taken down around the 32-yard line. A great tackle by Aiden Jones there. But Aiden Jones now is going to go down. He's got a cramp. And we started talking about it earlier in the game. We said if guys are playing both sides of the ball and if guys are going to keep running around all the time, how are cramps going to be and how are injuries going to be?
Luke Signetti is also coming out with a cramp.
Yeah, this is a...
Everybody's cramping up here.
I guess in the most appropriate way to say it, this is a very week 0 game with a lot of cramps, a lot of guys getting like real game time here. So, you know, may not be used to it after, you know, months off, you know, not playing against 200% playing teams. And after that injury timeout, Aiden Davis was able to walk off on his own power. So now Shaler with a 2nd and 8. Smetanka looks back, drops, has a deep ball. Can he get to DiSabato? Nope, falls in between DiSabato and a couple of defenders. A little ambitious and a little bit overthrown, but not a bad look by Keegan Smetanka.
Yeah, I'd say his timing was just a little off there. Threw a little too early.
Yeah, and with a 3rd and 8, you're not in great position here if you're Shaler, because if you do have to punt on 4th down, you maybe get your punt to the 40, 35-yard line, and that gets taken back by Deshaun Cox, who's been a monster today on kickoff and punt returns. Smetanka lines up. 3 receivers set. Butler shows blitz. They go. Smetanka runs, has to get the outside, can't, and drag down. What a great wrap-up tackle by Butler, and Ryan McLister brings him down for only getting about 2 to 3. So now Shaler has to get a punt off.
That was a great job by Butler being able to stop that 3rd down attempt.
Yeah, it's not great if you're Shaler. You're not in a great position to punt this away.
Yeah, you definitely wanted to score there if you were Shaler.
Yeah, Declan Dobson back there to receive. What it looks to be Lacey also back there. Can Douglas get this far enough? And if he can he get a good roll? You got to hope for a good snap if you're Shaler here with our tongue out. Confusion on the Shaler side. Counting numbers. They're going to snap it anyways. Gets it off. It might roll. It does roll. No one touches it. And they're going to get it. And Carson Pierce shies the ball a little bit forward, but gets to the 30-yard line. Not a bad punt at all by Douglas.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good for a fluke punt.
Yeah, that there was a lot of confusion. I think they wanted one more person on the Shaler side. Got it off anyways, and they'll get it to the 30. So again, not bad position for the Shaler defense, but again, pretty good position for the Butler offense. So you're Butler, you're trying to score here. You're trying to put this game out of reach. Nothing's really happened in this first 8 minutes other than the touchdown. Not too much excitement, not too many crazy plays. What can Richie do here? Low snap, runs to his right, scramble, has to get away. And what a catch. And continues Deshaun Cox. Oh my goodness, Deshaun Cox is an absolute animal right now. He does not have any sort of engine that stops. He has a 3rd lung right now.
He's really slow to get up.
And he is. I think that wrap-up might have been a lower body injury. And I think they're going to leave him on the sideline.
I think it might be another cramp.
It could be another cramp. This is not what you want to see on both sides of the ball here. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I think they're bringing coaches over, too. And after that injury timeout, Sean Cox was able to walk off on his own power. Good to see, but no further evidence on what his future is. And Aiden Davis picked off. Oh my goodness, what a pick! He's got it. He's Zorga. He's at the 40. Oh my goodness, what an unbelievable turn of events! I can't believe it. Aiden Davis looked like he had it in his hands. It was behind him, and it fell into Oregon's hands. We do have a flag, though. My goodness, that caught me so off guard. And we have another player down far side at the 50. It's a cramp fest right now, ladies and gentlemen. Shaler will have the ball. This shouldn't drag it back depending on what the play was. My goodness, what a play.
What a play.
What awareness by Orga. Yes,
second
awareness by Orga to say, to be behind this guy still, and Davis behind the throw, caught it. It was beautiful. And
second
again,
interception, putting him in great field position both times.
Yeah, and again, Richie, it was surprising. He was so accurate with his throws earlier a couple times. We weren't really questioning it, but now we are. So we do have holding on the return. Makes sense. But it will be Shaler ball with 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the quarter, down by a touchdown. And still no further future, oh my God, I can't even find the word. What's the word I'm trying to think of? On to Sean Cox's future in this game. We have no official word. That's what it is. but able to walk off on his own power. Looks like Agner. And he's able to walk off. And you just got to wonder how much water is left on these sidelines. How much Gatorade can they have to give back to these guys who are coming off with cramps? So Shaler gets the ball back. If you are John Tortorella, what are you saying to your team here? What are we going for? Pass or run options?
I think we're doing both again.
Yeah, I think a good mix is
last
healthy.
time.
And they do give to Signetti. He does have a hole up the middle. He does get the first down. He does get more. He keeps going. Can he hold on to the ball? And he does, and he gets to the 40. Signetti, after the tackle, was an absolute monster right now. Helmet falls off, looking for some sort of call. He's going to sub off. Razzo's going to go in. But I think if you're Shaler, you're not really worried. You know, Razzo's really held his own out there.
Yeah.
So now Shaler at the 40. Smetank in the shotgun. Man in motion. It's Orga. They hand it off to him. Can he get a block? He does get the inside at least. He'll get a clean gain for about 3 yards. Haven't seen much of Caden Orga on the option there. Or excuse me, on the motion run.
Yeah, no, he's been playing very well on defense though.
Yeah, he's been stepping up for sure. And you know, if you're Butler, okay, a little official word. I do see Deshaun Cox. He is back in. So good news for Butler. If you're Shaler, it's a little bit bad news, but either way, it's good to see him back on the field. He's been an absolute monster so far in this game. He's probably up there for one of my MVPs of the game. But it's what can he do now on defense now that his offensive time is on hold. Now they run DiSabato in motion. They run Smetank on the inside. He moves. Oh my goodness, what a move and a spin to get the first by Smetanka.
What a great play by Keegan. Showing his QB mobility.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of scramble, but we haven't seen a lot of QB keeps there, and that was a beautiful take by him. So Signetti is back in the game. 2:41 remaining in the clock of the third quarter. Plans on the inside. They go to quad. Low snap, they give it to Signetti. He's looking for the outside. He stays on his feet. He has a lane. He gets more than that. Signetti can't be stopped right now either. It is an unbelievable battle by these two guys, Deshaun Cox and Luke Signetti. They're going to move the sticks. More, says the referee. Move them. And if, Butler, Coach Christie, you're thinking to yourself, what happened? What did Shaler do? They haven't really done much, it seems. It seems like they're just kind of running the ball more. They're trying to really just feed it to Signetti as much as they can.
Yeah, they're mixing it up, and they're getting stops on defense as well, which is really big.
Yeah, I think, Coach Jim Ryan and Tortorella went into halftime and said, hey, we gotta fix these things quick, and let's do it now. And it seems like it's working out. They move Orga again. He does get the ball. He tries to get the outside. He gets there, puts an arm in his face, gets dragged down, looking for a horse collar. Won't get it, though. Great wrap-up by Aiden Davis. And again, it's not too fast-paced right now from either team. It's pretty, they're playing at their own pace, and Shaler's taking a lot of time up on the clock. Signetti to the left. They give it to him up the middle. He has a lane to the left. He's on his feet. He's got a hole. He's got the juke it. He's got the touchdown. And that will make it a one-point game. And the Titans are making it happen, ladies and gentlemen. Does Butler know how to respond? What a drive. Again, I can't stop saying it, but the Titans keep blowing my mind.
Yeah, it was just great. Luke Signetti gets a hat trick with his third rushing touchdown.
He's not a man that quits, and he's not a man that's going to go home tonight and say he didn't try his absolute hardest in this game. Now, can Douglas make the PAT to tie this game up? We thought this game was out of reach. Can he do it? Noise in his ear. Good snap. Good hold. It's up. It's through. And this game is tied. So with 1:17 left in this quarter, it is 28-28. My goodness, Joey Miller. My goodness.
Best game. It's by far the best game to open up.
This is one of the better week 0 games I've ever seen in my life. And again, not like this isn't good competition. This is a 6A opponent and a 5A opponent on both sides of the ball. And Douglas with the kick. It's going to be a little bit of a squib. It does roll. Gets to the left, slow pickup, but Cox has it. He gets to the outside edge. Bell is trying to hold down. Sanders there with the wrap up. Great tackle and wrap up there by the Titans. So Butler not in great field position. One of the, I guess weaker kickoff returns from both sides of the ball so far.
Yeah, no, we've been seeing some big games. That was.
But I think that was pre-planned. I think they said to Douglas, "Hey, get it far, but keep it on the ground." And I think they said, don't give him the chance to take this back. Make him want to move.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give him the ball in good position.
Yep. So Coach Christie's offense takes the field. What can they do in response? Shaler scored 13 unanswered points. Does Butler go down with a fight, or do they go down in flames is the real question. At their own, oh boy, we're moving back a little bit. Looks like their own 6 or 7 yard line. Oh, it was holding, so we did move back. So we are on the 8 yard line, ladies and gentlemen. Snap direct, goes to Cox. He has the inside, looking for the lane. He has it and more, still on his feet. And finally stopped by DeSabato. That'll be a first down and more. Deshaun Cox, I can't say much more else. That's just what he does.
Yeah, that's a pretty big momentum swing right there.
That's absolutely
big play.
Yeah, it's absolutely just what he does. That's what his game is. It's just to get yards and to score touchdowns. There's nothing there's nothing more than that. So now Butler in great field position. Again, both teams taking their time, letting this clock roll down. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Does Butler have something in them to finish out this quarter and go into the fourth? They give the direct handoff. He's not going to get anywhere and dragged down by a bunch of Titans. A loss of yards. Tortorella, Pierce, everybody's in on that stop.
Great job by Shaler, really attacking that rush game.
They really are. It is an unbelievable testament to this team, how they're coming out in this second half. Joe Rispoli again on that tackle. I haven't said his name that much this night, but he has been pretty big on that defensive side. But with that play, we will be heading into the fourth quarter at Art Bernardi Stadium, tied at 28-28, but the Titans are tied with the Tornadoes. And welcome back to fourth quarter action here at Art Bernardi Stadium. The Butler Golden Tornadoes look to put up a score here. And we will have 2 flags fly. The Titans are pointing towards the Golden Tornadoes side. I think they know it's on them. So Joey, wow, what a third quarter.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Both
Shaler
sides
dominated.
Yep. Both sides of the ball, they actually both look clean. Just Shaler was able to capitalize on more opportunities than Butler really even had chances. But as of right now, Butler does have the ball at their 15 on a 3rd and 15 to go. Or excuse me, they're at the 23 with the 3rd, 2nd and 15. So now in the shotgun, Ritchie stands tall and strong, looks to his right, scrambles, looks to the sideline, finds a man. It's caught. There's more. There's after the tackle. He can't get wrapped up. Does he get close on the edge? He doesn't. He throws a man. He's held him. And oh my goodness, he's still on his feet. He wasn't rolled out of bounds. I cannot underestimate what I can't even. Oh my goodness, Deshaun Cox. I can't underestimate what he's doing. What he did is unbelievable. So now 3 Titans look to be down right now. Orga being one of them. I can't see the other 2 numbers. All these guys pulling up with cramps.
Yeah.
Not great for that Shaler team. That'll be Carson Pierce, Caden Orga. Pierce is up and running. Orga limping off. He is able to jog into a limp, though. So now momentum kind of swinging both ways here, Joey. How do you see this one playing out? How does this Butler drive? If you're Butler, how are you really trying to make this happen? Again, you have the obvious choice to most people's eyes here, Deshaun Cox. You just say the ball, give it to him, or do you trust Richie's arm? Do you give him that deep shot?
I think you trust Richie's arm. The run game's not really working right now. I think you pass the ball.
So let's see if they stick to that idea. Looks at the play. Richie knows he has time. He's going to wait till the set. They're set. They move Graf in motion. Slow snap, almost fumbled it. And the Titans are going to bring him down for a loss and pretty much a sack. So that'll be about a 2nd and 12 at the Butler 47. Almost a fumbled snap. Could have went horrendously for Butler.
Yeah, it was a great job by Shaler's defense, getting in there super quick.
Yeah, way to be able to get that blitz off of your Shaler, and if you're Butler, you got to really figure this stuff out. You can't be having any mistakes right now. So Richie again, deep shotgun. They move Graf again. Snap to the right. He rolls right. They're pushing Titans out to the right. Can he get the edge? He does get the edge. He is more. He's at the 50, and he moves out of bounds. Gets to the 45. So Richie using his strong legs again to get outside. He's looked real smooth when he's on his scramble. And do I see another Titan down? I think that's Carson Pierce. So Carson Pierce thought he was okay, got up. He looks to be down for real this time.
Well, he has to come over.
And after that, Carson Pierce is able to get up. It almost looks like he's holding his abdomen area. Might be in his abdominal region. It kind of looks like it. Maybe took a shot to the gut. He's able to get up. So after that injury timeout. .10:42 left in this quarter and in the game. Butler trying to go up a score. They have the advantage right now. Ball is in their court, field, hands, whatever you want to say. It's their opportunity to make some fireworks go off. Rolls left. Richie trying to find his man. He does have a man. He is Graf. He cuts inside. Juke Sanders gets taken down by Rispoli. A great look by Richie, and I wouldn't be surprised here, Joey, if you see Richie start to scramble a lot more. The Titans can't really try and figure it out because they don't know really if they should guard Richie or if they should follow their man.
Yeah, I definitely can see Richie rolling out to the right again in this play since they're all on the left side.
It's hard to contain him. You've got Deshaun Cox on the far side. Aiden Davis next to him. Graf on the inside. Lacey to the left of Richie. And they're going to hand it off to him. He's got the outside edge. And he gets to what looks to be the 30-yard line. Cox on the take there. It's going to be a 2nd down. Clock, he did not get out of bounds, so clock will not stop. And Joey, right now, I don't think Richie, Christie, or any of the Butler Tornadoes are in any rush right now. I think they're going to use as much clock as they can on this drive that they have left.
Yeah, no, they're taking up a ton of time right now.
And if they can use it right, they can score. They're going to fake. Oh, tipped up in the air. Oh, my goodness, in between the triangle of Titans. A very quick throw off by Richie. Flicked up in between a couple of Titans. DeSabato, Pierce. Nobody able to get there. Could have been detrimental to the Tornadoes. So now a 3rd and 8 at the 29 of Shaler. Richie has the play. The audibles are being called. The wide receivers are looking at their wrists.
I think if you're Shaler, you need to get this stop right now.
Yeah, you do. Do they blitz is the question. Does Christie's O-line hold? They do. He has all the time in the world. All of it. Looking right. Looking. He's got a man. It's caught at the 5. What a throw. And an even greater catch and awareness to get his feet in. Deshaun Cox, again, there's nothing more I can say. He's going to do exactly what he's told to do, and that's go get some yards, go get some touchdowns. Said it before, and I'll say it again. He's a monster right now.
Richie's showing off that arm again.
Yeah, Richie had all day in the pocket. The O-line really held up. This O-line hasn't faltered too much this entire game. Stamina has looked great, and the conditioning has looked even better. So with 9:08, Butler at the 6, first down. Wouldn't be surprised if Deshaun Cox got the call here. Man in motion. We're going to have a flag on the play. We might have a legal procedure here. Oh, we're going to have a delay of game. Excuse me, I thought they almost got it off. Not a bad idea if you're the Butler. I don't think you take that on purpose, but I don't think you're upset with that. You can still now have the room for Richie to use his arm. So at the 11, 1st and 11. Tornadoes in the red zone. Richie signals to Graff. Takes the snap. Low. Gives it. Actually fakes it. Scrambles left. Has a man. Taken down. Looking for a block. And caught in a touchdown by the Tornadoes. And they take the lead in an instant. Shaler can't believe there wasn't a call. Carson Pierce can't believe it either.
Yeah, you got dragged down. It should have been definitely a holding.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that Carson Pierce would go down too easily. He's a pretty strong kid. I'm not going to say there would have been a holding. I didn't see it too well, but all I saw was Richie and the Tornadoes put 6 more up on the board. It's Gianezzi now. Puts this up. Makes it a 1-score game. Hits up. And it is good by a mile. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty much, in my opinion, a defining drive of this game. With 9 minutes, there's a lot of clock, but there's not that much where if you're Shaler, can you get 2 drives?
Yeah, I'd say if you're Shaler, you need to.
I think, you're looking to get 2 here. Yeah, you are. But if you're Shaler, if you don't score on this drive, you got to think to yourself, when does it happen? We are at an even 9 minutes here in the 4th quarter. The Titans looking for a response, and the Tornadoes looking for a way to close out this game and end week 0 with the W. In their track stance, Gianezzi bunts that one up. Good kick, right to the 2-yard line. Warriors got it. Can he get some blocks? Can he get some field? He has an open lane. He has the open sideline. Again, the kicker to get past. He doesn't get past him. Oh my goodness. Again, Caden Orga right now, I've been giving him all the credit, Joey, but to be fair, these blockers on the kick returns of Shaler have done a very good job. I should not take away the credit from them. They are opening up these gaps for Caden Orga.
Yeah, geez, the average on these kickoff returns are at least 30.
So Smetanka, what can he lead his team to? Takes the snap, low, they give it to Signetti. He's got an open hole in the middle. He's got more than that. He's got more. Oh my goodness. Luke Signetti is not going to let Deshaun Cox have all the spotlight in the run game. He will not go down. Limps off the field a little bit, probably another cramp, hopefully for the Titans. For Butler, you're saying, hey, get this guy off the field. We do not want him there anymore. So first down for the Titans, they'll be at the 35. Bellis in, Orga in. Looks to be all right after that injury from cramp from a couple of sequences ago. They bring in Tortorella. He'll enact as the running back or AKA fullback. They put DiSabato in motion. They don't give it to him. They give Smetanka the scramble. Look at the legs, look at the run, look at the spin, and look at him go. Smetanka with the first down and more.
That's something you see a lot of in these new QBs. They're a lot more mobile than they used to be.
Yeah, and I think that not only is that more of a factor, I think that comes with the idea that, running backs, we've seen a lot of running back injuries in the last couple of years. Take Signetti, for example. Take guys like Josh Miller, for example, right? A lot of injuries. And it's because if your quarterback can't really move out of the pocket too much and you rely only on your running back to get the legs job done, he's going to come up with injuries regardless. So it's good to see that Smetanka can take it. So they line up, same formation, flipped side with Tortorella. They give it to Tortorella. Does he hold on the ball? He hits the sideline. He is about a 5-yard gain, gets to the dive. And the big man, Augie Tortorella, last year had a lot of reps and snaps at fullback, helped Josh Miller pave a path. But right now they said, hey, Luke's out. We need you to step up here, put some points on the board.
Yeah, geez, he looked like a bulldozer running through a 3 Butler guy.
He does. He has almost a Jake Miller essence and composure to himself, where all he wants to do is just hit some people. So again, does Smetanka hand it off, or does he have the ambitious drive to get it to one of his receivers? They move Orga. They don't give it to him. Oh, Smetanka wrapped up and sacked by 3 Tornadoes. What a way to get to him. A bunch of Tornadoes in on that. Preferably, from what I saw, was number 61, if I can get the name, or 60, excuse me. Yeah, Quincy Jennings. Quincy Jennings, the great wrap up there. His first sack of the night.
Third down and 9.
Third and 9 for the Titans. Really need to capitalize on a first down. You may not be looking to score here.
I definitely see them going to Brandon London on this.
Yeah, London back in. Haven't heard his name in a hot minute. Do they give it to Tortorella, though? This D-line, he steps back. He has no time in the pocket. It's out. It's to DiSabato. Not going to get more than about 4 yards, though, so we're going to end up with a 4th and 5.
Pass complete to Joe DiSabato. Gain of 4. Brings up 4th and 5.
Yeah, this offensive line really needs to step up and give Keegan more time.
They do. If they want to win this game, they got to put it all out on the line. They put in plans. A 4th and 5 at the 15 with 6 minutes left. If they don't convert here and Butler can go down and score, you could probably say it's all but, close, and Butler would take the win here. Doesn't get the false start. No time. They collapse, and he's sacked in the backfield. The Tornadoes do it again. In on the play, Quincy Jennings. What a sack, and they turn over on downs.
Very unfortunate for the Titans. They need to get their defense back up, and they need to be positive. They need to get the stop.
Yeah, just talking about how that O-line needed to be strong and just couldn't hold there. They brought the house down, the Tornadoes did. I guess like actual tornadoes. So I guess if you're Jim Ryan's defense, this is where you need to put all of it on the line and say tonight when you go to bed, I put everything out on that field with 6 minutes left remaining. Richie under center. They move Graff. They pitch it to him. He's got a lane for about 3 yards. So with 5:45 remaining, clock winding down, I don't see why Coach Christie, I guess Eric Christie, I should refer to him as, would not run this clock down as much as he can. 30 seconds left on his game clock, but they do run a pretty hurry-up offense. Let's see. All the time in the world. Richie 17 takes the snap, hands it off to Graf. He's got a hole, he's got more than that. He's got a lane, Battle can't drag him down, he's got the sideline. Graf still on his feet, doesn't get brought down, cuts across, still on his feet, I can't believe it. He gets all the way to the 30, still not brought down. They're gonna push the pile all the way to the 29-yard line. What a run by Graf. Wow, this Butler team just won't quit.
Yeah. Talk about extending a play, jeez.
Yep, Raspolian on the tackle. We do have a Titan player taking a knee down on the far side of the field at the 50. It's going to be DeSabato. Wouldn't be surprised if he's pulling up with some sort of cramp with the way he's been playing tonight. And with 5 minutes left, the Butler Golden Tornadoes looking here to put this one away. Richie stands shotgun, 4 receivers set. Graf to the left. Low snap, gives it to Graf, but immediately brought down by Joe Rispoli. A way to get in there and a way to bring him down.
That right there is a great example of how Shaler's gotta keep fighting back.
Yeah, you can't give up. The way that Rispoli was able to just get through that gap and get in there and stop Graf puts him at a 2nd and 15 on the 30. Under 4 minutes and 30 seconds. It is now or never if you're the Titans defense. You cannot let Butler score here. Even a field goal would be detrimental. Man in motion. They give it to Richie. He runs. He has spot. Throws and incomplete. Flag, but he was way over that line of scrimmage from what it looked like. Looked way incomplete and way over the line. I was going to say, it confused me a little bit. I thought Richie was going to take it with his legs and he decided to throw.
Yeah, he just decided a little bit too late.
Referees discussing Joey right now with 3:52 remaining on the clock. I mean, if you're Shaler, you're not in a terrible spot, but you've got to make a stop here.
Yeah, you need a turnover, if anything.
Yeah, I think turnover is best case scenario, but if you can go 4 downs and hold them to no points, you still are in this game. It is going to be an illegal pass, so it will be 10 yards. So they're going to move them to a 2nd and 20. Oh, it is a loss of down, excuse me. 5 yards. So it'll be a 3rd and 16. What can Richie do here? Low snap. Scrambles to the right. Has a lane. Rispoli chasing. High throw. Incomplete to no one. I don't see any flags either, Joey.
Yeah, that's exactly what Shaler needed. Put him out of field goal range, it looks like.
Yeah, and Davis was the intended target man there, but I just think, even on the scramble, Richie really didn't have his feet set, at least 1 foot really set to get that throw off. So we're going to look at a 4th and 16, and they are not going to go for a field goal. They'll bet on their defense. Coach Christie says, I'll let you guys play the ball. I'll let my defense do the talking. Richie rolls, looking for a man. Massa trying to push, has a man. Short. They're going to say short, and I think that's going to be a turnover on downs. And it will be. Oh, they call it incomplete, excuse me. Not a turnover on downs. So if that was a complete pass, Joey, by the way, that would put the Titans at like the 5th, at like around the 20, right? Not bad, but now they're around the 31. They've got 10 yards of managing space. And with 3:40, I think you could see a touchdown here.
Yeah, Shaler definitely needs to capitalize on that turnover on downs.
So a 1st and 10 from the 31. You got a bunch of beat-up Titans and Tornadoes on the field after putting in minutes of game. We head into the last 3 minutes and 40 seconds in the fourth. Smetanka takes the snap. They hand it off to Signetti. Got it gap a little bit. He's not going to get far, though. Got around 2 yards, maybe 3. Man, it's tough if you're Shaler. You know, we've been putting ourselves in their boots for a while, trying to think of what they would do. I really can't think of what you do here.
Yeah, no, you got to stick what you've been doing. I mean, it's been working. Running and passing, mix it up.
And I would say right now, if this Golden Tornado defense can hold or be in a good position here, make clock get wasted, they'll be in a good position to close this game out. But Shaler, let's see if they go down with a fight. They move Orga. Got a little bit of a limp. Has to scramble. Finds Orga. He's hit immediately and dragged all the way back. Won't get across the 18-yard line. And what a tackle. Think Davis on the tackle. Aiden Davis making things happen. They bring in Brandon London.
And I hate to say it, but that wasn't the option right there.
No, I
just threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, I think a loss there was not necessarily the best of moves. And this is the problem. You got to see if Smetanka really here can hone it down. Don't get nervous. Don't get anxious. Really keep your awareness, because if that falters in these last 2 minutes, Titans, I don't think, have a chance. So with 3, third down, 11 yards at the 30. Trips to the right. Snap, pocket collapses, has to get it off. He does get it off. DeSabato's going to cut across, has a man, and he gets across. Should be what I think is a first down. And he does have it. They are going to move the chains right before the 2-minute warning.
What a great job by Keegan. Barely getting that off. I swear the defenders had a hand on him.
I think they did. I think all the hands were in his face, somehow got off, and Joey DeSabato with the signature cut in. Here we go. Clock still rolling. 1:50 left. Double receivers to each side. They give it to Signetti. He's got an open hole up the middle. He's got that and the first down. Signetti's got a first down. The Titans have a first down. They have 1 minute and 38 left. Christie's defense, can they hold? We are going to move the chains. 1 minute and 30. If you're John Torre, you cannot let any clock get wasted here. No clock. Once you get to around the minute, if you aren't inside the 20, you got to get out of bounds. They move plans to the far side. A lot of clock being used. 8 seconds on the play clock. Good snap, low. Has time, gets it across. Oh my goodness. Dropped out of the hands of London. That easily would have been a first down to around the 30-yard line. Oh my goodness. So 1 minute and 5 left. You have a 2nd and 10. Clock does stop. Not a bad thing to happen, but a first down would have been very nice for the Titans, especially around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Keegan needs to hone in and not get too trigger happy right here.
Yeah.
I got rushed there with the 8 seconds left.
That was very worrying. I didn't even see London. I thought he just threw it to an open area to get picked off. Same thing here. Same lineup. Trips to the right. Snap is good. They give it to Signetti. He doesn't get anywhere, brought down at the line. Let's see. We're going to have a timeout called by Shaler. Their first of the half and of the quarter. So with 59 seconds left in the game, the Golden Tornadoes lead 35-28. And Joey, it's crunch time. You know, I say it a lot. I say the fourth quarter is where things, you know, you can make some dreams and nightmares happen. You know, what are we looking here if you're Butler? Are you getting the dream? Or are you in a nightmare if you're Shaler? Do you pull out the win, or do you pull way out of here going home with the loss into week 1?
I think the Shaler Titans will pull this off. They got to make smart decisions and get it to the end zone, and then we'll be fine.
I agree with you heavily. The Shaler band's into it. The Butler crowd is into it. Everybody's pretty much into it right now. I can't almost even hear myself. So 59 seconds remaining. Torre's offense. Christie's defense. Who's going to make it happen? Who's going to come out of this and go into week 1 with a 1-0 record? Smetanka, trouble, gets it off to Signetti. He has to make something happen. He doesn't even get out of bounds. He gets 1 yard in front of the line of scrimmage. And I believe we're gonna have another cramp. We are. 44 seconds. And clock is just rolling right now. 30 seconds. You still have 2 timeouts. You're using so much clock with the 4th and 10.
What the Titans are doing.
And now they call a timeout. Around 10 to 15 seconds rolled off that clock. A very large chunk, almost 2 plays worth. And you're on a 4th and 10. This is for the game, ladies and gentlemen. With 26 seconds in the 4th quarter of this game, Tornadoes lead the Titans 35-28. 4th and 10 at the 46. Can the Titans pull out the unthinkable, or can the Tornadoes close out a win that'll be one for the ages? What a game. It comes down to this. 4th and 10. Smetanka takes the snap. Pocket collapses. Has to move. Has to throw. Has DiSabato. He's got a bounce and has the first down. Wow, what a throw. 21 seconds remaining. And if you don't say that was drawn up, that was, that's in a coloring book.
I was spot on. Keaton just had barely enough time.
Yeah, that
offensive linemen need to give it all they have right now.
If you're Keegan Smetanka, I think you're playing with a little bit more pep in your step here. I think you have to know your pocket might collapse at any moment. And you have to know, I got to get this ball off as quick as I can, at least to my guy that's accurate. So 21 seconds. Shaler's got to get out of bounds. They don't give it off. Butler doesn't collapse. Almost one-handed, caught by DiSabato, but doesn't get it. Will go out of bounds, incomplete. So a 2nd and 10 with 15 seconds remaining. And I think London's coming out with a shoulder. London's coming out holding his left shoulder. So they bring in Bellis.
That's a very big loss by the Titans.
It is. That's a guy who you would think if you got to throw a Hail Mary, that's your guy. They load trips left. Single set man on the right. 15 seconds, low snap. Has time, gets a block, has to scramble, has time, throws, and he gets it out of bounds. 9 seconds remaining. Gets it to Bellis. Gets it to Plans. Huh? I thought I was incorrect for a second there. So 1 timeout remaining, 9 seconds left, 1st and 10 at the 25. And if you're Butler, I don't think you have more than 7 men on the line for a blitz. Your blitz has already been phenomenal already. Keep some guys back on the safeties. Bellis comes out. They bring DiSabato back in. 9 seconds remaining. It is do or die. It is now or never. Crowd as loud as it's been all night. Has a play, has to scramble, doesn't get sacked, looking for something, throws it up, he's open in the end zone. Touchdown! They call it complete. He dropped it. He dropped it with the 2nd. Payne thought he had it. Bland thought he had it. He didn't. They said he dropped it with the 2nd remaining. Everybody in the stadium thought it was a touchdown. And a Butler player is down. I am speechless. Game on the line. Smetanka scrambled, kept his composure, threw it up for Plans, had it in his arms. Looks like it did come out, but I don't know. Did he get both feet down and keep it? So now you have 1 second. I think a 3rd or 2nd and 10 on the 25, and it's game time. This is it. You got 1 play left. And even if you do score, do you go for 2 or kick a field goal? Because the field goal is pretty rough as is. Some shouts from the Shaler crowd. Clearly
Yes.
upset. Makes sense.
Shaler's not liking the call.
I probably wouldn't either if I were them. But there was a couple plans earlier in the game, thought he had a touchdown. London earlier in the game thought he had a touchdown. Butler player able to walk off on their own. Believe that's Graff. Butler Tornado player saying, hone it down. This ball does not get in any hands that aren't the Tornadoes. If you're Butler, you're swatting it away, you're batting it down. This ball does not go back up in the air off of anybody's hands. Shaler, they bring in Signetti, Orga, London, Plans, DiSabato. They've got the lot. Does the line hold? They've got 5 safeties. Make it, yep, keep it at 5. We're going to have a timeout, I believe, though. We're going to have Butler take a timeout. Holy my, I can't even, wow. What a game this has been.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, let's just like real quickly, Tanner, or excuse me, not Tanner. I keep wanting to say Tanner Plans. Joey, let's go over what happened the first quarter. All flip-flop, safety early on. Butler comes back and scores 2. Second quarter, almost like it didn't even exist. The Titans weren't even there. Butler put up 28. You come into the third quarter, and the Titans turned it around.
Yeah. Second half has been the Titans' game.
It has been. They've put up 14. I think, right? Has it been 14 or 21?
13.
Yes, I believe so, yes. Butler's only put on 1, but it has proved, if it holds, to be the winning touchdown. Either way, a great game regardless on both sides of the ball. This easily is a game of the week for week 0. This doesn't even count towards playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, not even conference. 1 second left. Schmatanka in the shotgun, trips to the right, takes the snap, has it, pocket collapses on the right, has to scramble, has to get it up, can he get it, looks for the corner, London, it's dropped and intercepted, picked off in the end zone, and that means that'll be a Tornado win. What a game by both teams, but what a win by the Butler Golden Tornadoes. My goodness, I can't believe what a game that just was. Wow. So at the final score, end of 4 unbelievable quarters of play, it'll be the Golden Tornadoes 35, the Shaler Titans 28 at Art Bernardi Stadium. Please join us for the after post game. And welcome to the SATV postgame. Obviously, after 4 unbelievable quarters of, I guess, Friday night unbelievable football. I mean, what a game, Joey. What a game.
Incredible way to start off the season for the Titans and Butler.
Yeah, I mean, again, Shaler doesn't come out with the win, but going into Hampton into week 1, you got to be pretty happy with yourself how you guys fought against a 6A opponent.
Yeah. Well, I would say it wasn't the Titans' best game, but they still hung in there with like a 6A team. It was pretty good.
I think both of us could agree here. This rivalry has been renewed. I think we're back in action against the Tornadoes. We may be playing them a couple more times in the next couple of years. Let's talk about the game really quickly, though. So again, first quarter, Shaler came out hot, got a safety, and ran all the way down the field, and then things changed. What happened?
Butler got a stop, and then it was Butler's game from there to the end of the first quarter. And then the second quarter, it was pretty much Butler's game as well. They had a couple touchdowns, and then at halftime, the tables turned, and it was Shaler's game in the third quarter, scoring 2 touchdowns. And then in the fourth quarter, it was pretty even kill. And then the Butler Tornadoes took over and scored the final touchdown.
Yeah, and I think one thing that really changed the momentum was, even though Richie wasn't necessarily running or throwing as much, I think his team banded around him. Guys like, oh my goodness, Deshaun Cox, what a game he had. I mean, an unbelievable game, 2 touchdowns, probably over 150 yards, an unbelievable game, goes both sides of the ball. Luke Zanetti had an unbelievable game himself. He had 3 touchdowns and probably 150 yards. Both quarterbacks showed out, both defenses did their job. It's just a game of inches and just yards at that point. You can't really bring it to any fault of any team. So now you go into week 1, Butler, you're looking pretty happy. You just, again, it's a 5A opponent, but I don't think you look at Shaler and say, oh, that was an easy win. I think that was a pretty tough win. Shaler, you're going into Hampton. We have not beat Hampton, I believe, in the last 4 years. What do you, since 2018, I believe, what are you saying if you're Jim Ryan and John Tortore's team going into week 1 at Hampton at home?
I'm saying you just got to get those stops again, and you just got to play defense the same way as you did tonight, and you just got to get those catches that you didn't get tonight.
Yeah, again, it was a beautiful game, unbelievable, beautiful night for football. But either way, that's going to wrap up our time here at Art Bernardi Stadium. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at Shaler Area Titans Stadium, where the Titans take on the Hampton Talbots.